I guess Mocket weren't going to ban Echo, seeing as they're going on defense first. They're going to want to keep that in. Okay, so jumping right into it. We are going to see Mocket on the defense first, and they're opting to choose Penthouse and Theatre. As we said, without a mirror, this is going to make things just a little bit difficult. But, you know, certainly not impossible to defend. Maestro can do a fantastic job. The Evil Eyes really can cause quite a lot of trouble. And we just saw their skilled nade flicking out of Sledge into looks as though we're going through the 6-pick phase now, and we're going to switch out the Pulse. We're going to switch out the Bandit for a Pulse. I guess that's easy enough. You look on the enemy team, you can see they've got a Thatcher, so that kind of makes a lot of sense. Your Bandit batteries aren't going to be all too effective if they get Thatchered pretty much straight away, which is probably what will happen. So Pulse there on Sneaky is certainly going to provide a little bit more utility in terms of plant denial later on in the game. Maybe looking for that cheeky C4 toss.
Okay, sorry for my absence. We now have game sound, which I'm sure you are really happy about. I know I am too. Another one of those technical issues. It seems it's just one of those nights, but hopefully it's not going to be for these teams, and we're going to see a fantastic game coming up with Nefarious and Mocket. Let's go.
Yeah, it should be an interesting game. Let's see what they can do with themselves here. We've got pretty typical sort of hold of Penthouse looking there, and you know, we've got all the tools that we need in Nefarious to get this job done. I think last time they seemed to pay a lot of attention. Last time I watched Nefarious play Coastline, should I say, they paid a lot of attention to Theatre.
Yep, I think you're exactly right there. We're going to see the push coming in pretty early. They're not messing about. They're getting up there onto DJ Booth, shooting out that VIP window now. So it looks like we're definitely going to see some attention to VIP with Alfie approaching on the Dockerby and Ash on the Penguin on the Ash, just going straight in there, seeing if he can get an angle. I don't think he's going to get anybody inside there yet, but it is a popular rotation. Now then, just putting the shots through, and as you can see from that silhouette, we do have what looks like possibly the Jaeger of Crunch playing in the corridor there, but no joy so far.
No joy so far. As we've said, as you said in the pre-game, we did see a fairly slow start for Nefarious. Obviously, this is going to be first round, so there is going to be a little bit of, you know, feeling your opponent out a little bit and just getting an idea of how they're going to play this. You know, neither team really wanting to suffer that early loss, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit slow moving into the first half of the map, but good control of VIP has been taken. We've got Dockerby in there, and I think Hibana may be behind. Just looking at a little bit of a rotation spot there on the drone, but Skilled Nate is going to pick up the first kill of the night. Onto Crunch, that's going to be Jaeger. Jaeger, job, you know, largely going to be done at this stage, but he does have a really good gun. That looks as though it's going to be one of the key roamers. Ramsey there going to come in with another one onto Mooti, quickly putting Nefarious into a 2-man advantage. Although we have got Echo in Necrox. Really nasty little head glitch there from Easy, my friend. Just using the bomb there as a little bit of a head glitch there with that LMG of Maestro.
Sneaky downstairs then, he's going to be moving through. He's going to get that feedback from his heartbeat scanner that there are through in the service area, but won't get the shots. It looks like they are going to come together. Shots going in on the Ash of Penguin, but they will now start to trade off as that flash comes in, but I'm not sure that was overly effective on the Pulse. In comes the second. He manages to back out. He puts further shots onto Penguin. This is a real brawl that we've got. Meanwhile, Alfie getting the kill onto Easy, my friends, so that makes this fight even more important. Ramsey getting the kill onto Nerox. Meanwhile, the Pulse of Sneaky does manage to get the kill on to the Ash of Penguin, so that will take him off the board, but Sneaky already finding himself in a very quick 1 versus 4. 15 seconds remaining, and No Thumbs will put the plant down. So there we go. It is now all on Sneaky and what he can do. There's very little option for him here other than to start looking for some kills. He needs to start breaking these down into those 1 versus 1s, as we've said so many times before, but it would appear that Nefarious know exactly where he's coming from, and he is going to have a real uphill task now to get this sorted. He's raining shots into that objective, but finally Skilled Nath picks up the headshot through, taking Sneaky out, and that will be the first round going to Nefarious. Now, how is about that for some aggression from Nefarious that we didn't see last time?
Yeah, Nefarious played that perfectly. They took good control of VIP, but I certainly think they sped the game along a little bit more compared to last week, and maybe that's something that they've looked back on. We did only have one game last week, and you know, it did go on for quite some time. I think we were casting that one for about 5 hours, but it did just seem that Nefarious, well, it was very close. That was the problem with it. It went to overtime on all 3 maps, and it literally was coming down to the wire every single time. And PKD just took it in the end. But you know, maybe the Nefarious have looked back on that, and they've sort of said to themselves, look, you know, we were a little bit too passive. We can play a little bit more aggressively. You know, we've got a bit more confidence now moving into this. So, you know, what have we got to lose, sort of thing. And I think that's probably more of the mindset that they're coming with. They're bringing the same operators now, and we're going to see Mockit try and defend the same bomb site. I'm really not sure if that's a good idea. It wasn't even like they were close to that one. I'd certainly be looking to switch things up now.
Yep, I think you're exactly right there. But we've said this quite often before. It's nice to see them come in and just change things up. But if they felt they were particularly close, I don't see how they would feel given the last round. You know, it coming down to a 1 versus 4 is never really described as close. But as you say, maybe they just felt that it went so wrong that they actually did a lot of the things they were trying to do sort of ineffectively. And maybe they feel like if they could have a better round in those terms, they'll come out with a better outcome. But we've got Maestro there, just putting the shots through the floor. That's going to prepare the area for that C4 from Pulse, possibly. But again, Sneaky is going to have to keep himself alive down there, and I'm sure that after that duel with Penguin's Ash, they are going to be more than aware that that's the area that he's playing.
Yeah, definitely. Nefarious have got a job to do now, in that they can't do exactly what they did last round. That's going to become a little bit predictable. It's going to be easy for Mockit to read into that. So they're going to have to change things up, and this is where, you know, you really sort of earn your money, if you will. The ability to be able to adapt on the fly, and if they're going to keep choosing the same bomb site, you know, you've got to be able to deal with that in some way. You can see there's some good drone work being done by Ash. Looks like he's going to drone himself in downstairs to Sunrise Bar. And Thatcher there just checking out, seeing what's about. It does look as though we've got one roamer downstairs in Blue Bar, and Penguin, he's kind of aware of it. He's going to jump back in his drone just to see what is going on a little bit further. But this is good. I like it. They're going to be making a good job of clearing. We can see Sneaky there in kitchen as well, no doubt looking for that cheeky C4 toss, and I think Necrox has got a drone. Nerox, sorry, has got a drone with him, and that's going to provide Sneaky with, you know, a little bit more of an opportunity of staying alive, if you will. But shots are going to rain in there from the roof onto Crunch, and that's going to force him to rotate out. So very good drone work there from Penguin, just giving out the calls to his team, and I really like this. It looks as though they're paying good attention to the guys downstairs, but they're going to have to start pushing at some point. I don't think the Penguin's going to be able to deal with this all on his own, but Sneaky is certainly going to come to blows in a moment if he peeks around that corner just a little bit more.
5 versus 5 still then, 1.5 minutes to go, and this is a better performance from Mockit. They've obviously taken what they did in that first round and they've changed things up a little bit so that they are definitely keeping the man count up. They've got 3, as you can see there, defending the theatre area, and that is no doubt going to slow things down. It's going to make it very difficult to push into Penthouse. We've got potentially some attention being paid here to Sneaky downstairs. In will come the Dockerby call, and he's certainly been drawn then. But again, with a minute remaining, you'd have to say already that Sneaky's job is done there by stopping them approaching Penthouse too heavily. And he's got himself downstairs now. Penguin will get the kill onto Sneaky though, but that will be traded straight back out by Crunch on the Jaeger, also on the roam, supporting Pulse down there. So that will now leave us with the smoke canisters starting to pop with 40 seconds remaining. 4 on 4, and plenty of utility left for Mockit to be able to deny this plant. They've still got the Echo of Nerox. They've still got, I think, at least 2 smoke canisters, and that second one will come out. So with only 30 seconds to go, they're going to start struggling to get in there. But I think we've just seen one of the Yorkais taken out, but we will be on the second one, trying to deny the plant, but I don't think he knows it's going down there. He's sending in the shockwaves, but I think there was just an obstacle in the way stopping them getting there. So this changes everything. Nefarious successfully getting the plant down, and it's going to be much more difficult now for Mockit to retake this site, but Easy, my friends, gets things started with a kill on Skilled Nath.
Reach there, going to go for a run out. That's a brilliant run out with the SMG, but he's not quite going to be able to get the kill. He takes a little bit of damage in the process, and he's probably not going to be able to get away with doing that again. Crunch going to pick up a kill onto Alfie, picking up a double one onto No Thumbs. Nerox, Ramsey, Skilled Nath. He's going to get a Claymore kill, but ultimately that was all she wrote. Mockit are going to take the round. Fantastic round by Mockit. It didn't really look too good from at one point. I thought that when Echo was trying to deny the plant there, it just wasn't quite reaching, or there was something in the way, like you say. And the plant was going down. Brilliant use of the Dockerby to deny the use of the Evil Eyes. Literally, Maestro was just jumping on the Evil Eye to try and shoot the planter. And then the Dockerby call comes in, and all of a sudden they're very useless. But obviously, Echo is not affected. But yeah, fantastic retake. And I think it may be a case that Nefarious didn't quite get enough kills. I think if they'd have got the 2 kills downstairs that they needed in Jaeger and Pulse, it could have been a little bit of a different story there. But I think that Jaeger was allowed to come back upstairs and wreak a little bit of havoc. So going to move now onto Blue Bar and Sunrise at 1 apiece. So it looks like we've got a game on our hands tonight. Certainly close thus far.
Great players, like you say, both teams coming out absolutely swinging so far and taking their respective rounds. Not necessarily with ease, I wouldn't go so far for Mockit there. They did have to retake the site, but they did that with consummate professionalism. Just got in there, wiped out the enemy team, and got that defused down. So very, very well played from Mockit, and we will see them move downstairs onto Sunrise and Blue Bar now with an attacking lineup of Zafia, Hibana, Dockerby, Ash, and Sledge coming against them.
So it looks as though Nefarious are pretty set in their operators. We're seeing, pretty much the same thing every time, which is certainly no bad thing. It does pay to be comfortable in an operator, and it shows that they've got good adaptability. I think this time I'd like to see him clear the roamers as a 2, not just as Penguin on his own. I think if he'd have had somebody with him clearing the roamers in that situation, it could have, the round could have played out just a little bit differently. It doesn't always matter if you get the kill onto the roamer. A lot of the time, it's how much time that roamer uses up. And with 2 attackers pushing on, you can usually achieve that just a little bit quicker.
No Thumbs on the Hibana then, approaching the building. You can see a number of Nefarious there. They're moving certainly a lot quicker than we saw them last time. They'll take out those static cams as well, so being very thorough. And I'm sure they'll be looking to push inside quite quickly here. Remembering that they are going against the Blue Bar and Sunrise objective, so Office could be a potential entry point there. But it looks like the Ash of Penguin will opt to go up to the roof instead. Quite a lot of time spent around that area outside of the single window of Blue and Sunrise, possibly just asking to be peeked on there. So a little risky, but it looks like the shots will start to come in, and Nefarious are just getting themselves positioned now, ready for that push as it comes. But they are very conscious of the roamers upstairs, and they know that they're going to have to clear that roam game out before they start pressure in sight.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite an easy site to retake, and that there's a lot of wall space and a couple of doors that you can get to from. Skilled Nath there, just looking into that angle. I really do like that angle. We usually see the Hibana hole a little bit further over to the right as well. Looking at it, I think it does give you a slightly better angle in there. It does look as though Easy's got quite an easy job there of hiding in that and just sort of exposing himself at an absolute minimum, if you will. But moved into the last half of the round now, and 5-on-5 still a lot of drone work been going out, and this is a little bit more akin to what we saw last week in terms of quite a slow start, but good progress being made this time, and I think they've got a decent amount of map control and some good angles there. I really like this angle that Penguin's holding down into Billiards. That can usually result in a kill or 2 there, just catching someone that thinks they're safe around the pool table. But Penguin there is going to pick up a kill. Not sure if it was from that very spot, but it was on too easy and he was in that area, so quite possibly. But we've got Dockerby Cole's going to be coming in now, and it looks as though maybe setting up for a little bit of a push. We've got some smoke canisters coming out as well. Penguin there just going to miss one on the reload. A little bit unfortunate there.
Fair to say, 45 seconds, 35 seconds remaining, and we still have Roamers present upstairs. Now 5 versus 3 as Skillnerf takes out Mooty with the nade, but this is still not going to be an easy press onto site with Crunch not cleared out. Nefarious don't have much of a choice, but while I'm saying that, Ramsey does get the kill onto Crunch, so the plant will start to go down, but we do still have the echo of Nerox, who is going to start denying this plant. It looks like he's lost his yokai drone. He knows the plant's going down. There's not much he can do about it. Ramsey gets in for his second kill onto Sneaky, and as Nerox moves in to try and retake the site, Penguin will get the headshot, and that will put the second win on the board. Second round win on the board for Nefarious. Third round going their way, 2-1 overall.
Yeah, another good job. It's almost at the stage now where you can't doubt Nefarious's ability to execute in those final seconds. They seem to set themselves up for that final push really well, and that's something that as an outsider looking in, you can be looking at it kind of thinking, they need to make some headway here. They need to do something. But in reality, they're doing everything that they need to do to be able to execute in that way and get the plants down, use the utility in the way that they did. I think we saw a grenade kill there off Sledge by Skilled Nath. Just using all their abilities to the fullest to get as much control as they can to then execute. And I really like that in an attacking team. It certainly makes a change from the sort of almost a firefighting way of doing it and just sort of going in and then dealing with obstacles as they come up against you. If you can keep yourself alive, get a couple of kills from a good distance. I mean, we saw Penguin get a fantastic kill there from the roof. If you can get those kills at a good range and a good distance as an attacker, you're always going to be in the advantage purely because of the weapons that you hold.
Having played that round away from this site, we will see them move back now. Mocket coming up to Penthouse and Theatre again. Having got the win in the last time they played here, I'm sure they were keen to get back. But that being said, they didn't get the win by a country mile. The diffuser went down. They had to retake the site, so I'm sure they're going to want a more convincing performance this time around. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, this site, as we've seen, has gone 50-50. It's gone both ways, so always a bit of a difficult one when it goes 50-50 because you kind of think either side could certainly win it. They were played very similarly, so I'd like to see Nefarious mix this up just a little bit and maybe play with a little bit more aggression downstairs in terms of clearing out roamers. I think that will do them quite well in the long run, purely because it'll save a little bit of time, and it looks like that's maybe what we're seeing at the moment. We've got Skilled Nate going to be taking up the angle through the drone hole, although we have got at least 2 roamers downstairs in Nerox and Crunch, so it's all going to be about how quickly we can push these guys out and regain bottom floor control, if you will, and then move up.
Alfie moving himself up onto the DJ booth then. It looks like we're going to have pressure getting applied. That SMG-12, he moves in very quickly following it, so I can only assume it's already been droned. That being said, he takes pot shots at the murder holes that have been put in the wall there, so possibly not droned as far as the corridor. A little bit of a risk taken from Alfie, but sometimes that's what you need, especially when trying to pressure a site quickly, so he'll take out that barbed wire, just leaving himself an option to get into sight in the near future if needs be. Ramsey getting the first kill there onto Nerox. That will be Vigil off the board, and one of those also important roamers on the coastline map. Alfie just spotting the Maestro cam there, but there's nothing that he can do about it. As we all know, regular bullets will have no joy here, so unless they've got some explosives to put in there, he's just going to have to leave it be. But the call out has no doubt gone to Mooty on the smoke, and he is holding a real pixel peek onto that doorway now from Hall of Fame, and Alfie still wanting to pressure it. He's just waiting to see if that opens. The shots will be traded out from Mooty though. Alfie doesn't want to peek that too hard. I'm sure that the Maestro of Sneaky is going to be avoiding opening that cam whilst he knows that he's there. But Ramsey, whilst that is happening, being very patient on site. Ramsey clearing out that second roamer. He's having a real game tonight so far. So that will be the second roamer down. The Hibana now opening up the wall from VIP into Penthouse, and we are ready to possibly move in behind the bed and start getting that plant down.
Definitely, Dr. Call is going to be coming in. That's going to make the Evil Eyes unusable for the time being, but Echo will still be in play. Smoke grenades also going to be coming down, and you can see there that the Echo drone is going to start denying the plant as Hibana tries to get it to go down, and it is successful in doing so. Skilled Knife there going to pick up a kill onto Sneaky, so it does leave us in a 5 versus 2. Make that a Ramsey picking up a kill onto Easy and Muti picking up a kill onto Nothing, so make that a 5 versus 1. Dr. Call coming out. Now, surely the plan will be going down without any resistance whatsoever, as Muti is downstairs looking to get a kill through the floor in kitchen area, but Alfie is going to get that kill, and that is going to take us into another Nefarious win, taking this 3-1.
How about this then, Nefarious 3-1 up, coming into the last of their attacking phase matches. Remember, on CCS we are using 5 attack followed by 5 defense, so they will go 3-1, guaranteed to win their attacking phase. And if they can come out of this 4-1 up, with the way Nefarious are looking at the minute, I think they're going to take this map, I'll be honest. Mocket need to do something to stop the bleeding here quickly.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, this isn't what I was personally expecting. I was thinking that Mocket were going to be a little bit more dominant than they have been doing. Although, you know, sometimes we see this and teams get a decent lead and all of a sudden it starts to slip away. We see the momentum shift that we often talk about. I don't think that Mocket are going to be worried at this stage. They've certainly got another couple of rounds in them, at least on this map, I'd say. And obviously this is the last attacking round for Nefarious. So things can all change when they jump onto defense.
Yeah, that's always the big question when we're coming out of these attacking defending phases now, when we're coming out with a team winning 4-1, 5-0, we are always asking the question, is it because as these teams are lining up with their particular unique skills and attributes across the roster, is it just that the map is favouring attackers? Is it that the map is favouring defenders? That's always a possibility, no matter how balanced the map, because there's just so many different elements, you know, that come into play there. But it could also be the fact that Nefarious are just playing a blinder and they are ready to kill and ready to win. So we'll see as soon as they swap sides, obviously, where we stand on that score. But we can see Mocket again applying at least 2 roamers there, possibly more when the map starts, to the upstairs, even though we've got a kitchen location.
Yeah, it always pays a little bit of dividends to hold upstairs on a kitchen location, purely because the vertical play can be so strong. We've seen Skilled Knife there picking up the sledge, so no doubt going to be looking to get some angles down into kitchen and service where possible. But I'm pretty surprised that we've not seen a little bit of an operator change here. Obviously, Nefarious weren't to know that they were going to go down to kitchen. I think this maybe could be a little bit of a let's try and throw them off sort of bomb site. I'm surprised they've not got hooker billiards yet, but I would, you know, if Nefarious knew that they were going to be attacking a kitchen, I would have expected to see maybe a Blackbeard, maybe a Capital, just to kind of take control of that service door, and maybe try and get a plant, work for a plant over there, while a couple of guys go and try and get some vertical pressure applied.
Nefarious then looking to move in upstairs and take out those roamers. We've got Sneaky on the Ella downstairs in office, I believe that was, but you can see we've got at least 2 up there, with Crunch and AN other. So Easy, my friends, will get the first kill onto Alfie, and that is a fantastic play from the Legion against that Dockerby DMR. Never an easy fight, but he's kept himself a tight angle and a skinny pixel peak there and managed to just use that cover to best effect and get the kill. Now the shots raining in. Ramsey will take out the Legion of Easy, my friends, so a delayed trade there, but do they know that Crunch is there as a second? I'm sure they will do now, as the shots rain in from the Jaeger and attention is paid back towards that theatre area. But with a minute and a half gone, they've certainly wasted plenty of time, but Skilled Nath now feeling comfortable enough on the sledge to start opening up that VIP floor to see if he can get any of the vertical angles down into kitchen. More pressure being applied now from Aquarium balcony. That's going to force Crunch to head back downstairs and continue his roam game on there, and it looks to me as if Nefarious have now taken complete upstairs control, and things are going to get tricky unless Mocket can keep some players on the board. The only way here is to keep your man count up and just start making it difficult to approach site.
I mean, there's certainly places to hide downstairs in kitchen that you can't be seen vertically. No Thumbs is surely going to come to blows at Crunch right about now, switching over to the Bearing 9 for a little bit more DPS, and shots are exchanged, and No Thumbs there does manage to pick up the kill onto Crunch, but quickly gets traded out by Sneaky, and that is going to be diffuser down. So that's going to look like Sunrise Bar. That's going to make the job just a little bit more difficult. Now we're looking at a 3-3 man count. Good upstairs control, but the diffuser isn't really in an ideal place, and Sneaky is going to defend that with his life. There is no doubt in that. Just playing tight on the cool vibe stairs there. Not really having to do much to keep hold of this diffuser in that scenario, but shots are going to come in. Skilled Nathan not quite managing to pick up the kill there onto Mooty. Smoke grenade is going to be coming out. Final few seconds. This is where Nefarious thrive. Mooty there going to pick up Penguin. That's going to be bombed down once again. Skilled Nathan's going to be left upstairs all on his own. Does manage to pick up a kill, but it is not enough, and Mocket are going to win that round.
Skilled Nerf with no other options there. The diffuser was downed inside the single window of kitchen. Just physically, I think it was downed with about 6 seconds remaining. So he just physically did not have time to get down there, get in the window and start a plant. And I'm pretty sure that he would have met his demise had he tried to do so. So did what he could and picked up that kill from upstairs. But he just didn't have time to get the other 2 that he needed. So that will be a great fight back from Mocket on that one. Nefarious maybe just leaving things a little bit too late there. Do we think?
Yeah, they definitely left things a little bit late. I think the not to point a finger, but the oversight possibly on Hibana, No Thumbs there, dropping the diffuser down in Sunrise just made things just a little bit difficult. I know that it was managed to be collected and stuff, but at that kind of point in the round, you've not really got a lot of time to be going to get the diffuser. It does restrict and it forces you to push an angle or a window or a doorway that you maybe would not have pushed had you had the time to do something different. But nothing taken away. Nefarious has done a fantastic job there of coming out on top on their attacking phase. Now let's see what they can do on defense.
Switching sides then, as you said, we will have Nefarious moving on to defense, and they will bring us a Smoke, Mute, Maestro, Jaeger and Castle. First time we've seen Castle tonight, and I'm going to refer back to what X said last week. If you bring a Castle, you generally know what you're doing.
Without a doubt, that's something that you can live by, that phrase. If players are going to bring a Castle, you can pretty much be sure that there's some sort of strategy that's going to go down. Not because of how powerful and useful he is, just because of how much he can hurt you as a team if they get put in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we're going to see there the main lobby is going to get castled up, but not before he just does a quick look for a drone just to make sure. But going straight downstairs into kitchen, which is a little bit of a bold move. I would have expected the more typical penthouse hold or a billiard. I mean, we've not even seen a billiards hold yet, but that's what I would have expected. Straight off the rip, but it does seem as though Nefarious got an idea of what they would like to do here, and let's see how they're able to keep Mocket out, although upstairs control, I'm sure, will be first on Mocket's to-do list.
Absolutely, as we saw in the previous round. It didn't gain Nefarious too much, though. They had about a minute of upstairs control and didn't really manage to do too much with it. As you say, I think that was just down to a little bit of poor diffuser management, but how about that? I could be wrong, correct me, but I believe Penguin on the Jaeger there was not only playing from behind the cupboards in theatre, he's actually playing through a murder hole behind the wall, behind the cupboards in theatre, so that is one heck of an angle that he's playing through to Hall of Fame there, but it doesn't look like... Oh no, there is a bit of pressure being applied there, but I think Penguin had already moved away and he's holding a different angle, so maybe if he'd kept himself in position there, he might have had a bit of joy, but it's not an angle I'd like to be challenging against the defender, I'll tell you that now.
No, that's a disgusting angle. That really does put the word pixel peak to full effect. Upstairs control slowly there being gained by Mocket, and a good little bit of drone work now coming out from Mooty, just going to be getting a bit of a site count, seeing who's on site and where they're playing, and that's going to give Crunch some good information to get some shots rain down onto the Mute, although no kill just as of yet. Although Mute's in a terrible position right now, there's absolutely nowhere that he can go that's safe, although he is going to find a little bit of sanctuary in the sort of southeast corner of the objective there down in kitchen. But upstairs is looking pretty much open at this stage, and that's going to make the job just a little bit more difficult holding it from downstairs. We've got a glimpse there. Penguin got a glimpse onto Sneaky. Shots are going to come down, but no health lost for either. potentially another time for another doc will be calling and get this guy pinched upstairs. Penguin has done a fantastic job of wasting a lot of time here. We're over 2 minutes into the round now. Still 5 on the board for both teams. And at the moment, this is looking pretty good for Nefarious, purely because of how much time they've wasted. They're not leaving a lot of time left for Mocket to really get a plant or execute without a good flurry of kills toward the end, which I'm no doubt that we're going to see a few of those.
So Muti now for Mocket, just raining the flash grenades in, but he will get that run out. I'm not quite sure why Ramsey was so far out of the map there without spotting the Hibana of Muti and putting some shots on. I know that's a huge loss. That's a very risky run out for somebody with such a large amount of important utility. But the smoke grenades will come in, sneaky moving forward with the diffuser, looking to get a plant down. He will certainly start. Penguin getting the kill onto Nerox. Easy, my friends, with one back onto Skilled Nath. That will bring us 4 versus 3 in favour of Mocket now, and the diffuser will go down. Sneaky getting a kill onto Northams, so Nefarious have it all to do here. 2 versus 4, and that will be another kill for Mocket. 1 versus 4. Easy, my friends, picking up the final one onto Alfie, and that'll bring us to 3 versus 3 on the score.
I was really excited then when I saw that it was Alfie as the last live, because I thought Alfie's done this. Alfie's been maestro. Alfie's clutched these rounds before, but it wasn't to be in that scenario. The Mocket just overwhelmed, I think. Got a good head of men in the kitchen there and just managed to get the job done. So made it just a little bit more difficult for him. But he had all the tools he needed in that LMG. So a bit of a shame there, but good time management from Mocket. I think they waited till the last second. They knew what they wanted to do, and they were able to get a plant down in a good location. And that just goes to show that you really can't overlook Echo. Echo in that situation would have certainly won you the round. 5 seconds left on the timer as the bomb was going down, and Echo can certainly waste at least 5 seconds with that yokai drone. So bit of a tricky one there. You can see Ramsey, Skilled Nath, Penguin all doing pretty good. And a nice equal spread of kills down there on Mocket. A lot of 4s, a lot of 3s. So we're seeing a good team performance there from both sides.
Moving into round number 7 now, we've got a 3-0, and are we going to see Mocket start to run away with this on the attack? Is that just what they were waiting for, keeping themselves in touch by keeping that first defensive phase at 3-2? We will see, I'm sure, by the end of this round, but we're going to see another kitchen defence. What do you think about that, X?
I think that they were decently close to go again. Bomb going down in the last in the last 5 seconds. It doesn't really matter how many men you've got left. Nefarious did a fantastic job of keeping people out at that stage, and I think that with a different circumstance, that bomb might not have gone down. So I'm not shocked that they've gone here again. I think that it's certainly winnable from the performance that they gave the last time, but they've just got to be careful to not get really hung up on it. And if it does look, if they do lose this round, then I think that's when we'll see a change.
Easy, my friends, on the Ash is now going to be approaching that service entrance, but it looks like they're going to look for some top floor control again. It certainly worked for them last time, and Muti now just putting some shots directly into sight as well. The drone of Nerox, I think, just gaining him some intel there, manages to fire a lifeline back. I'm not sure it shows us on the spectator cam, but I think the Mute of Northams will certainly have been affected by that lifeline grenade, but that has worn off now as he just continues to use that head glitch through the bomb. That's going to be an awfully different angle to challenge now. As you can see, interesting, I think that was actually one of the destructive grenades possibly, and it's just hit the bomb, so it's not going to have done any damage to the Mute at all, but the Zafir will not want to leave herself open for too long. That said, Buck will get upstairs and start to open things up now. Penguin getting a double kill onto Sneaky and Crunch though. How's about that for clearing upstairs? And a triple kill as he comes in and gets Easy, my friends, as well. So that will take Buck, Dockerby and Ash off the board, and I'm sure Penguin will not care about being downed, having taken 3 off the board and almost certainly guaranteeing the round here for Nefarious.
Yeah, fantastic play, and that just goes to show you can't do the same thing every round. You do become predictable, and Mocket wasted no time in getting up there, and they seem to be walking in there quite confidently. Muti there has now got confirmation that he's down Jaeger, just going to finish off that kill there. But yeah, definitely, I think that Penguin there has played that absolutely perfectly. He's even used Buck's hole that he opened to get one of the kills through. I mean, that's you know, you can't really ask for much more as a Jaeger. You've got no destruction as much as you'd like it sometimes as a roamer. It can always be really nice to have those impact grenades. But obviously as Jaeger, you don't have that luxury. So when the attackers are going to open up holes for you to peek and get kills through, you've got to take advantage of it. And he certainly did that, picking up the triple.
So with only 45 seconds remaining on the clock now, we've got Nerox and Muti looking to start working towards site. They've done very well. They've finished Penguin off, but they still find themselves in a 2 versus 4, and they are definitely going to need at least 1 kill, if not 2, before they can even think about approaching site. Ramsey, however, coming in and getting the first kill onto Nerox. So this just became an even bigger task for Muti now, as he is in the 1 versus 4 situation. Angles are being holed. And there comes the first one. He's going to challenge, and Skilled Nath will pick up the kill. Muti, unfortunately, not even able to take up 1 of Nefarious, and that will leave us 4-3 in favour of Nefarious, and this one is really back and forth.
Yeah, great back and forth game. Nefarious showing they've got the ability to win it on both attack and defence, and you know, just refreshing to see the way that they switched it around there. They went kitchen twice in a row. I think both of us were a little bit like, ooh, is this really what you want to be doing? I know it was close, but should we look somewhere else? They've blown it out of the park, and they've really dominated that kitchen hold that time. They're going to go now to Penthouse and Theatre. Arguably an easier hold. So they're kind of giving themselves a little bit of an easier job to do toward the latter stage of the game, if you will, or the latter stage of the round.
Round number 8 coming your way then, and this one could put Nefarious straight onto a match point if they can get this, and it's then going to certainly be a difficult task. They will get at least 2 opportunities to finish this map and head into Oregon 1-0 up. Remembering Oregon's our second map, and Consulate will be the decider if needed. But we're just waiting for that timer to run down in this 6-pick phase, and we will see Maestro switching out to Echo. So both doing similar jobs there. We've seen them used in conjunction very well previously, but swapping one out for the other, I suppose it does mix it up a little bit, and it might be a bit of a surprise for the attacking team, but that being said, they're both performing pretty much the same function.
Yeah, I mean, Maestro's seen a pretty much 100% pick rate so far in CCS for us, for the games that I've casted at least. And you know that can't be overlooked. He's such a powerful operator, and he's one of these operators that's so powerful he doesn't actually get banned by either side, purely because there are ways to deal with him. Like we've seen, Dockerby has seen, you know, a drastic increase in their pick rate purely to deal with the evil eyes. You know, there are ways to deal with him. Smoke, Sledge's hammer, Sledge's grenades, Buck's grenades. So I think he's really quite balanced in his ability, and you've just got to work as a team to get rid of him. So I think that's why we see so much Maestro. But yeah, as you say, switching him out there, not too sure on the pros and cons of that decision, but I think you know, either's good, and at least to have one is good. Although, you know, two would not hurt.
Easy, my friends, pushing with a number of others. I can see Nerox there and Muti all pushing onto DJ Booth as they attack this penthouse and theatre location. VIP always being the popular area to get into, but we can see, I would guess, the bandit there. But Nerox will get the kill onto Ramsey as the dock, so that will take one out and give Mockit an early advantage in terms of numbers. That being said, you can see 2 roamers just outside of VIP here, and they are not going to give that up easily. It looks like we've got, I think it could have been Vigil downstairs possibly, so they need to start thinking, no, Vigil's still upstairs. I think it might have been the bandit who was downstairs, so they're going to need to start thinking about that roamer downstairs and what impact they could have as well, but for the time being, still pushing towards taking that VIP control.
Yeah, a bit of a oversight there from Ramsey. That's the second time we've seen him play quite aggressively when it's not really been needed, I'd say. We saw him run out a sledge on a smoke on a previous round. Yeah, to lose your dock like that, you know, Stim Pistol's probably still in hand. Just a little bit unfortunate at that stage. Dockerby Cole going to come in, and control has been taken of Bathroom. That's going to be Crunch sitting in there as the book. And they're going for a real heavy push from Hall of Fame here, pretty much stacking up on the doorway. If Nefarious do have a roamer, this is the time to get him used, get him through VIP, and get him coming in. But it does look as though we've got that flank being watched by Muti. So Mockit there making a very comprehensive push. They know exactly what they want to do. Alfie's got a little bit of eyes on there in the Yokai drone. Second Dockerby Call going to be coming out right about now, and that is surely going to mean a little bit of pressure applied. So we're going to see Alfie just holding a tight angle, not really wanting to peek anything, and he's still going to get shots. We can jump in his drone and try and get the last out of his utility before he potentially loses his life. Got smoke grenades in hand on thumbs, and this is moving into the last sort of 40 or so seconds. Does it appear as though we're going for a little bit of a split? Mocket aren't all stacked up in the Hall of Fame anymore. They're possibly going to start pushing the corridor a little bit. And there we go, No Thumbs there, picking up a double kill with the shotgun. Nerox there going to trade him back out, though. That is going to leave us in a 3-all man count. Skillnade still downstairs as the bandit. 20 seconds left. There's not all the time in the world. He's going to want to be rotating back as Crunch is going to get the bomb down. The Penguin is going to pick him up. Skillnade is going to get one as well. Not sure if he got that from through the floor. Nerox there with it all to do. Alfie's going to pick that one up as Nerox is left with no other option but to try and repel in and get the diffuser. But another very convincing round from Nefarious.
Yeah, we saw that Echo obviously getting some kills there, put into good use, getting the final kill. But as we can see, that 8 kills at the top, 9 underneath that, and then a couple of 3s down at the bottom. So a bit top heavy so far for 3 of the players in terms of frags, but that's certainly not a problem when you've got players like Alfie getting on those support ops and just doing a job with players like Echo, players like Smoke. So great stuff so far from Nefarious, certainly turning the tide in what I think a lot of people, if they're honest, might have expected to be a bit of an easy win for Mocket, being sat top of the league, and they're playing against one of the lower teams. But we have to remember, although Nefarious may be low in the league, it's not because of their own play. This is only the 3rd game so far, so they've inherited stats there, and they're certainly showing us that they mean business and are here to get themselves moving on up.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that Nefarious were brought in one of the in-season qualifiers that we had. So I think they've inherited a record, actually, from the team that they replaced. So it almost isn't an accurate representation of what they've been doing. And I think what we've seen from them as Nefarious, they played fantastic. We're going to see them go upstairs now into hooker and billiards. And, this is the round for them. If they win this round, they're going to take the first map, which is fantastic news. Obviously, Mocket, top seed. They're certainly going to be the one to beat. It's going to be a real big confidence booster if they get this map off them. And, who knows if they get the series. So we'll have to stay tuned to find out. Good to see that we're going upstairs. We've not seen a hooker and billiards just as of yet. So this is the objective that we were talking about in the pre-game that's very important to not have a glass on, purely because of the lines of sight that can be achieved and sort of the rotation holes. You can kind of get a good line all the way through, depending on what side you're on. So always nice to have glass off the board, but we are going to obviously have the Dockerby. Dockerby at almost 100% pick rate now as well, after Maestro, etc.
Yeah, Doc could be very, very powerful at the minute. I'm not sure if we're going to see a nerf coming in at some point. We're not suggesting it's absolutely necessary. I'm not giving my opinion on that, but we all know that Ubisoft don't like to see operators with 100% pick rate. At the end of the day, they've got a lot of operators for a reason, and if one is consistently there, that's 20% of the team makeup that's identical every time. So historically, we've seen that, and especially with the popularity of Ash as well, that's 40% of the team being taken up. Along with a hard breacher, you're not getting as much variation, so I'm sure that Ubisoft might look to shake that up, but I'm interested to see what Nefarious can do here with the first billiards hold that we're going to see of the night.
Yeah, definitely. I think as is the Nefarious way, they're going to play it very passively and make Mocket attack, and that's the best thing that you can do. Obviously, the clock runs down in your favour. Penguin there, as I say, talking about passive play, he's going to pick up a kill onto Nerox as the first Dockerby call comes through. Crunch, though, going to get one back onto Ramsey. Pulse there, just playing below, trying to find anybody upstairs in Aquarium. So equal man count now, moving in 4-4 into the last half of the round. And some good drone work going on from Easy's there, just trying to get a bit of a man count. Oh, Crunch does not know how close he was. If he'd have just pulled the trigger then, he'd have probably got the headshot down onto, I think it's Castle there, playing in Sunrise Bar. Floor's now going to be starting to get opened. And a little bit of vertical play from the other side. Maybe we're going to see some grenades. I think that the Jaeger ADS devices have potentially already been burnt as well. So that could be an effective method for Crunch. But I'm pretty sure that Skillnade's going to be fully aware of where he is. You make a lot of noises, that book, and we've got Penguin and Skilled Nath both in a position to pinch, and I think that's certainly going to be something they're going to want to do to try and quicken this up a little bit and get back upstairs. But as we say, that Crunch is going to pick up the first one onto Penguin, and he's going to pick up the second one onto Skilled Nath. So a bit of a mistimed push there from both of those two guys. You know, a little bit out of sync. If it had been a bit more in sync, it possibly would have worked out. And Crunch now is in a decent position down at the bottom of Cool Vibe stairs to come up and put some pressure on the corridor and anybody playing in Hooker. The bomb has gone down. Easy is going to pick up a kill onto No Thumb, and Crunch is going to pick up his third kill of the round onto Alfie, and that's going to be Mocket replying with a firm, we're not out of this just yet.
Great players from Mocket coming into almost level score, 5 against 4 now on the round count. So we come into round 10 and another must-win round. Remember, every round being must-win for Mocket now until they can get to that 5-all score, which will just bring them level. So we will see them come into this, and it looks like we're going to have a kitchen service entrance objective again. I think Nefarious have obviously got players down there. We've seen them win down there, I think at least once, maybe twice, so they've obviously got something, you know, up the sleeve that they like to play down there. It's certainly not the first choice of many, but I think this time personally I'd like to see a little bit of stronger top floor hold. I'm not saying they got lucky last time. Penguin played very well and got in and got a 3k, but it's not every round that somebody's going to go and get a 3k. So more often than not, you're probably going to lose that roamer upstairs. I think he was up there on his own. I think the other roamer had dipped by that point, so I'd like to see maybe just a little bit more pressure applied upstairs on the defence from Nefarious.
Yeah, Nefarious, it's 1-all down here at the minute. Nefarious have won it and Mocket have won. Both on Nefarious' defence, so it is a 50-50 at this stage. I'd have preferred to have seen them go over to Penthouse, where they were very successful. Despite losing the man early doors, there was you know, some good plays there, but they're obviously feeling a little bit more comfortable downstairs in kitchen. And you know, it's all about finding those places to hide when you lose upstairs control and the floor and the ceiling, should I say, starts getting belted in. You've got to be able to deal with that. And ultimately, you know, attacking teams can certainly get a little bit preoccupied upstairs, and if you're able to hide downstairs, it's not all it's cracked up to be sometimes, and you can find yourself up there with 20 seconds left, the bomb not in a great position, and, you know, unable to really do anything, as we've seen. So you're going to want to manage your time as an attacker on this, take quick control of upstairs, and then do something with it, and I think that that's the key.
Moving forward then, Sneaky on the Dockerby, just getting on the drone there, getting a little bit quick of information before getting upstairs to start moving onto DJ Booth. He's got a second Oppo with him, and they're going to be looking to clear upstairs. Certainly it's Nerox that we're with him on the sledge. And the drone's going out now to try and locate those upstairs roamers. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock, so still very early in the round and plenty of time to go. And the lifelines, it looks like, will rain in there just to see more than anything probably if there's anybody playing in the bathroom area or not. And it looks like Alfie on that Maestro looking to take out any of those drones and deny information, but I'm sure he won't want to start challenging players. He's not going to want to lose that cam. It's a very important cam, is that one, the information being essential, allowing him to watch that door without risking himself. So Jaeger, Penguin upstairs now will get the drone on Nerox, but that means that he has been spotted and the shots will start to come in. He gets himself into that hard-walled corner to try and defend himself from the VIP angle, but I'm sure that Sneaky and Nerox are going to start moving in now and try and create a pinch. Meanwhile, Crunch is upstairs opening up as the book, and the first kill will come in from Muti onto No Thumbs, so that'll take the Mute off the board. Not too much of a loss of utility because those jammers will already be in place and being used, I'm sure, but that will put the man count at least in the favour of Mocket, and we could be heading to overtime here.
Yeah, definitely. Penguin's the one to watch here, though. He picked up a lovely double kill, in fact, a triple kill last time from this very location. So he's going to want to be careful, but I do believe that we're going to have Muti watching the... there we go. Sorry, it was not Muti, it was Sneaky. We've got Sneaky watching the VIP door, and that's a perfect flank watch. You're able to really cover that VIP very well there as you play it, as your teammates can play very safely inside. So that's going to be a good two-man advantage there for Mocket, and that's just going to force everyone back to the objective where there are already holes made. And the problem with the holes is you can't rotate after they're made. It just makes it really, really difficult to do so. Skilled Nath there is not going to see him. The holographic there not doing him any favors whatsoever. Crunch is going to pick up Alfie. Skilled Nath is going to get a kill onto Nerox. So we've got a 2 versus 3 as Ramsey picks up Muti. So definitely still not out of it. Ramsey's had a fantastic game so far. So if you need frags, he's definitely going to be your man, and he is the smoke, of course. So he's going to have the ability to deny the plant, although it does depend on where he is. Crunch is upstairs, and Crunch is going to be very aware of Ramsey there as the bomb goes down. Grenade kill going to come out from Crunch, and all of a sudden we're in a 1 versus 3, and it's all down to skilled Nate. Is he going to be able to do it? He's tucked away down in the bathroom, but doesn't quite manage it.
How about that then? Mockit bringing it back from 5-3, taking 2 rounds on the bounce to get themselves back to overtime. That's going to put a big mental shift in their favour. So we are now moving into overtime, and we will see Nefarious on the defence first. So they are going to be able to continue, I would say, the momentum they've had, but they've just struggled towards the end of that. It might actually favour Mockit here to come onto the attack, but don't forget we're going to change the round rotation for attack and defence is now every round on overtime, so they will only play 1 round on attack followed by 1 round on defence, and will need to win by 2 clear rounds to come out of overtime and take the map.
Yeah, definitely Mockit there, just showing why they are the top seed in this league. They showed great composure in those last 2 rounds to be able to pull it back. And now we're going to see our first overtime of the evening. So this is going to be familiar territory for Nefarious. They've seen plenty of overtimes. Last week, I think we had an overtime in every single game. So it's certainly no surprise. But I think you're right in what you say. It's possibly going to favour Mockit just a little bit to be on the attack. They did seem to come off it quite strong. And we're going to see a billiards and hooker hold straight out of the gate from Nefarious.
No surprise to see them switch up from that kitchen site. They've just took a heavy loss on there, so coming in, they're certainly not going to want that in the back of their minds when they're trying to defend for the first overtime round. That being said, Nefarious were very solid on attack, so I'm sure they're not going to panic too much if they lose the first round here. They'll be confident getting back onto attack. But how about that remodelling in billiards there? Tons of the floor being opened up by smoke.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, definitely conscious that Mockit are a team that are able to get the bomb down if they need to. So possibly looking for to give maybe skilled Nathan Penguin. I know that they played downstairs last time. Maybe trying to give them the potential to be able to deny a plant if it does come to that, and they're able to survive the sort of roam clear that we're probably going to see here from Mockit. So that's definitely going to be the thought behind that. But they weren't very successful last time. I think it was Muti that managed to pick them both up last time. Oh no, Crunch. Definitely Crunch. Crunch managed to pick them up both times. And Sneaky there is going to waste no time getting straight in. And he's going to pick Skilled Nath straight up. So that's another time that Skilled Nath has roamed downstairs and not been successful in doing so. Just getting caught there. It's still very early round, and he probably just didn't expect anyone to be in Sunrise at that stage.
Sneaky coming in on the DMR, sounding like an automatic rifle there. I think he's going to need to check that left button. He must have been absolutely hammering it, but he does take the castle off the board, and as you say, that could be big at this stage. That's giving them the man advantage, and they can start also clearing through downstairs, having taken one of the roamers out, and it looks like they now have control of Sunrise, and the Book of Crunch is in there, and it's going to start opening things up. They see the power of that operator there as Zafia is trying to put a few shots in, and Crunch just comes and decimates the floor. But No Thumbs will take a very smart move and open up that hatch, and if he's patient, he could well see himself getting some kills here, but he's going to need to be very careful that he doesn't lose his life like Muti getting the kill onto Ramsey directly in front of him. But Penguin and Alfie will get 2 of their own onto Sneaky and Crunch, clearing out that downstairs Sunrise area. It now becomes a firefight on the ground rather than having the freedom to look up into sight, so that will leave us 3-on-3, and this is anybody's.
Absolutely. I think Mockit got far too comfortable there and just all focusing on the ceiling and neglected the fact that we still had guys left on Nefarious to try and take some ground floor control back, and that they did. They brought this back down to a 3 versus 3 moving into the last minute, and we've still got 2 canisters from I think it's No Thumb, sorry, although he has got very, very little health. He's going to have to be very careful, and he's maybe going to look to get those used quite quickly. He's downed right at this moment. And that was easy getting him down, so may get picked up, may not, but that's going to be a huge loss of utility in these final moments, as it looks as though we're going to go for a hooker deck push and maybe try and plant through that single door. Those shots are going to rain in from Alfie. We've got somebody on the rappel as well. Manages to pick up a beautiful pixel peak headshot onto Muti. And No Thumbs there is revived. So this is looking very good for Nefarious. Barbed Wire there, trying to get hit. Somebody on Cool Vibes. Alfie is going to pick up another kill, and No Thumbs is going to get the final kill. And another convincing defense for Nefarious. Let's see if they can chain it together and take this map.
I know he got the final kill, wasn't necessarily sort of decisive there, No Thumbs, but what about that? Some great game sense from Penguin there. You know, if that had been a different operator, maybe somebody like a Mute, I'm not 100% sure he gets picked up. Penguin's on full health and is certainly going to want to keep it that way coming into those last stages, but knowing that it's the smoke and how essential that utility can be to annihilate Plant, he gets in there and does what he needs to do, takes the risk and gets his teammate back on his feet. So some great game sense there from Penguin. Meanwhile, Alfie on the stairs, how about that flick onto Cool Vibes?
Yeah, Alfie's playing out of his skin tonight. The engagements that he's winning them very, very well. And it's really good to see. But yeah, I absolutely agree with what you say about the smoke. He's certainly a valuable operator. Even if Plant's gone down, you can kind of cover yourself as you try and get one guy to go to the, you know, try and get in the diffuse animation and get covered in smoke so nobody can see you. So definitely great game sense to get him picked up. And, you know, if you've got the ability to do so, then it's always worth doing. But that is going to be the first overtime point onto Nefarious. And obviously we are swapping every round. So they've not attacked now for a good amount of rounds, 6 rounds. And let's see what they're able to do with it. We're going downstairs into kitchen. So Mocket choosing, potentially trying to throw them off a little bit, although we have seen that Nefarious are pretty set in their operators and who they choose, and they just kind of work around that accordingly. The Sledge is going to be the important guy here, getting upstairs and getting some vertical control.
Looking across that defensive lineup then, nothing that we haven't seen so far, but we've got Sneaky on the Ela. Ela not been a common pick. She's very difficult to control in those long gun fights now, and will more often than not come out on the losing side of them. And as you know, Coastline is absolutely rammed chock full of those long lines of sight. You know, I'm thinking those long corridors all the way back into Sunrise down the side of Kitchen, and the same is true upstairs as well. So Alfie will move out on the Dockerby, just getting those early shots in to try and surprise any little spawn peekers there, but we haven't really had much of an attempt at any spawn peeking so far this map. Alfie once again wasting no time getting up onto that DJ booth, and the drone ahead of him of No Thumbs there just pinging one of the defenders of Mocket. So they are going to start working on this upstairs control very, very quickly, and that is something that we've seen Nefarious do really, really well so far on this map during their attacking phase, was get in there and clear the roamers out. They did that very well, and if they can do this here, take out Easy, you know, and just start getting themselves into that man advantage, 5 versus 3 maybe. We've got Sneaky playing downstairs there, Crunch upstairs on the Jaeger. I'm sure that they're going to have a very good shout come the final whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think that Nefarious taking the time in this one. They certainly don't want to lose. They've got themselves within a match point, and we did see last week that they did seem to struggle to execute once they got themselves into that position. So, going to want to try and get themselves set up. But Crunch is going to pick up a beautiful kill there onto Penguin. Just a really nice jiggle peek looking over onto the balcony outside of Aquarium, and that's going to put a man advantage in the favour of Mocket, as Sneaky is going to pick up another one onto Alfie. So Dockerby off the table, and this is looking pretty good for Mocket at this stage, although we have seen that can all change as we've got some walls getting opened up there by Hibon. I believe that was one of the walls in the OBJ. Sorry, not in the objective, upstairs in Penthouse, as Skilled Nape is trying to make a little bit of headway, getting the floor open in VIP. But Mocket are playing all over the place at this stage, and they've got roamers exactly where they need them, and it's making it very difficult for Nefarious to watch these flanks, purely because they've not got the men, that they, you know, the numbers that they need to be able to do so effectively. They can't really commit guys to getting the kills if they've got 2 guys watching the flanks, and the clock is, as ever, always running down. So they're going to have to do something at some point and figure out where they're making the push from, because they're not going to be able to get the bomb down from upstairs in VIP, although they're definitely going to want to try and get a few kills before they make the way downstairs. Although it does seem like Mocket are just going to be hiding away in those safe spots. And of course, there's no reason for them to move. There's no pressure from elsewhere. And I think this is the time where Skilled Nate's got to say, look, we're not going to get a kill from up here. They know where to hide down there. We need to use this time to push somewhere else because there's no reason for these guys down in the objective to start moving. Ramsey there is going to start it off and pick up a kill onto Crunch. Skilled Nate's going to pick up another one onto Sneaky, quickly bringing it to a 3 versus 3. The bomb is in the hands of No Thumbs, so he's going to have to get it down in some way. Ramsey, how does he pick up that kill? Easy's going to trade him straight out. Skilled Nate is going to pick up easily. So this is going to be a 2 versus 1. Defenders are going to win the round as Moody picks up the final kill onto No Thumbs. That's going to take us to 6-6. And they left it a little bit late there, but Nefarious were dangerously close to taking that one. I don't think that Mocket are going to be so convinced by that one. What do you think, Ace?
I think that was really interesting to watch at the end of that round. I saw what Mocket were doing, and they decided, having got the 5-3 advantage in terms of man count, that they'd get themselves downstairs. All 5, the 3 roamers. There was 1 roamer downstairs and 2 upstairs. They all retreated, not back to site, but they just took up angles around downstairs. And they thought, the 5 of us are here. If they're going to have to push down from downstairs, there's only 2 angles they can do it internally from the stairs, or they're going to have to push those external doors and windows, which they surely don't want to do at that stage. So they just held up their angles, put themselves in safe spots away from that vertical attack. And with the clock running down, I honestly thought, Mocket have got this for sure. They've, this is a good strategy. They've nailed this on. They know what they're doing. Great communication to set this up. But Nefarious, how about that flurry at the end? Ramsey going in and getting 2. Like you said, that kill as he came into kitchen doors, flicking round to the left. He must have known that the Jaeger was there. It was a great kill as he came round there. But Nefarious made a real game of it, and coming down to 1 defender at the end there, I'm surprised that it was actually that close.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. It did look very good for Mocket. And I just can't help but think that if Nefarious had better and got into that position a few seconds earlier, I think they maybe come out of that with a win, because Skilled Nate spent a lot of time upstairs and he did pick up a kill from there, but it was only as the pressure was coming in from downstairs and forcing the guys in the objective to move around. And that's what you've got to do. People aren't just going to move in the objective for no good reason, especially if they know someone's above them. You're going to need to get your teammates to put pressure on the defenders in the objective, and that's what's going to force them to move out. So, I think if you rerun that round, I think that Nefarious could certainly come out on top, without a doubt, really. But we're going to see them on defense again, going to the more favoured side of Penthouse and Theatre. So we're going to have Crunch moving in on the book again. He's had a fantastic game, to be fair. Done some great vertical plays with the book, and got some good kills to boot as well. Moody there, just going to be trying to get some shots through a known angle, but it is going to be hard reinforced, so that's going to make the job just a little bit more difficult. And it seems as though we're going to be banging our heads against VIP.
Moody there, just getting on the drone. This is something that Mocket have done very well so far on the attack. They work very good, very well as a unit together, getting the drones in ahead of the players that they're expecting to move in quickly and get the frags. And Sneaky here will look to possibly push inside as the Dockerby, although I think there's just going to be a little bit more droning goes on. Moody holding a nice little angle there through double window onto the VIP door, looking to pick off any rotations as they try to move back and apply pressure to VIP, but I don't think that's something Nefarious have on the cards as a plan just yet. And I'm not too sure about Moody. It looks like he was thinking about opening up that wall to get an angle onto corridor, but you have to remember, as we say so many times, things work both ways in Siege, and I'm sure he's going to prove me wrong as he does it here, but all he's going to do there is give a line of sight back. And yes, he's got the ACOG, he's got the advantage there, but what about when time comes, if they consider pushing in through VIP wall? If they get those bandits off and get the wall open, it then becomes difficult because you've got that hole to the side of you as you're trying to push through that wall, so it gives the defenders an option to actually defend VIP wall from the corridor. So we'll see how that plays out and see if it has any impact come later on in this round.
I'm not sure if we didn't just have a defender drop out of the objective. The hatch certainly got open. Look at that Maestro cam, the information that it's able to give you. Yeah, I totally agree with opening that side wall. It does make things just a little bit difficult. We have got a defender playing downstairs. It is Skilled Nate. Is he going to come to blows with Crunch? Crunch is going to be in a good position now to hop in his drone, do a little bit of good work for his team, and that's something that you're not really going to want to allow. If Skilled Nate can pick up a kill and then rotate back down, then he's going to be doing a good job. I think we've also got somebody on the Cool Vibe stairs as well. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Moving into the final 35 seconds, smoke grenades are going to be coming out, and we're going to have everything we need to deny. So Skilled Nate is going to come to blows with Crunch there, and he's going to pick up the first kill of the game with only 30 seconds left. Nerox there going to pick one back onto Ramsey, making it a 1-all man count. Dockerby Call is going to be coming in, and I imagine that somewhere the plant is trying to go down. Penguin picking up a kill onto Muti. Nerox picking up a kill onto No Thumbs. The plant has gone down. There's that hole we were talking about. Nerox going to pick up another one onto Penguin. Second Dockerby Call going to be coming in right about now, as we have got a 3-on-2 advantage in favour of Mocket. Sorry. What are they going to be able to do with this? Skilled Nate isn't in a fantastic position for this, and Alfie there is going to get taken out in theatre. Easy is going to pick up Skilled Nate as he no doubt is rotating back up. Oh no, he's actually trying to run out. I thought he'd be rotating back up the stairs, but he's going for a run out kill onto the Gown Rebel, obviously. Very good round from Mocket there, taking that quite convincingly.
Yeah, great stuff, and that hole did play into their favour, but I think I'm going to try and twist it into a reasonable example of what I was saying, and that is, yeah, it does allow you to attack that corridor, but as you saw there, that was a 50-50 gunfight. As Penguin approached that hole, Sledge, I think it was, popped up in front of him, and you could be asking for trouble there. So, you know, potentially maybe force them round to the door. It's something that you could claim or have a flank watch on. Just a little bit easier, I think, rather than putting yourself in that 50-50 gunfight. But fortune favours the brave, and it's certainly paid off for them this time, as he managed to get, I think it was 2 kills through that hole. Yeah, the face, so...
I'm mixed about it. I think it does really depend on how you want to play theatre. You know, Alfie could have taken up a nice angle onto that if the wall to theatre had been impacted, and all of a sudden you can hold that window quite nicely, the double window onto VIP. So it really does work both ways, and it just comes down to how the round plays out in terms of other pressures as to which side kind of gets the best of the whole, if you know what I mean. But we're going to go down and see a billiards and hooker lounge hold now from Mocket. So, of course, they're on match point this time. And it's trading back and forth. First we have Nefarious on overtime match point. Now we've got Mocket. So let's see what Nefarious are able to do here in terms of keeping themselves in this match. Which, you know, I'd like to add, they certainly do deserve to win. Both teams deserve this map. It's not been an easy one for either side. You know, both teams have shown good adaptation and very good, you know, individual and team plays to get to this stage. So it's certainly going to be an exciting night of Siege, and I'm looking forward to the next map, which is, of course, Oregon.
First time that Nefarious then have faced a match point, I believe, so we will see how they manage to hold up against that. You know, will they have the mental fortitude to just put it out of the mind? That's what you've got to do. Play every round as an individual round. You know, you can't think about the fact that they've just lost the couple and that they are facing defeat for the first time here. And I'm sure they won't do, so it looks like they're going to be moving in from the Penthouse Theatre side of the map. Looking like they're going to try to possibly get straight in upstairs, not paying too much attention to any roamers that may be downstairs. I think we can see that there's at least one there from Mocket playing downstairs, although it does look like Ramsey on the Zephyr may be approaching downstairs as well now. But they're certainly going to want to be clearing those roamers out. We know how effective they can be on coastline.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's why I was anticipating to see a Vigil ban, which we've not seen a Vigil ban, but also we've not seen a lot of Vigil played. Teams tend to be favouring Jaeger just for the utility as well as the good ability to roam, I think. And then kind of stacking on utility in the other operators. You can see there on this lineup we've got Legion, Echo, Smoke. So they're all three going to be very effective at sort of plant denial and slowing the attacking push down. It looks as though Crunch is coming to blows with somebody down in luggage. Not sure who is led down there, but I imagine it's going to be Alfie or Penguin. We'll have to see. There it is. It is, of course, Alfie holding a really nice tight angle there with the DMR. And we've seen his trigger finger on the DMR. He can make it look like an absolute SMG at times. He's going to get a bit of information there on that drone. We've got an Echo drone also moving in. So Alfie's going to be in a bit of a tough spot here, and he probably just wants to wait this out. But the call-out will certainly come as to where he is. He's going to take a few shots there. He's going to be forced to push. And Ramsey is going to get the first kill of the round onto Nerox. That's Castle off the board. Crunch there is going to pick up that kill onto Alfie ultimately. And Penguin is going to get one onto Easy. So 4 versus 3 in favor of Nefarious. So they're doing everything they need to do to win this round, as Jaeger there just drops to try and keep himself alive and turn off his phone. Certainly got the operators that we need in the final stages, though, on Mocket. Smoke, obviously, one of the best at the denying, although we have lost the Echo, so a little bit of utility lost there. But Crunch there going to pick up a kill onto No Thumbs, making this a 3 versus 2. Sorry, 3 versus 3. Misread.
3 versus 3 as we come into the final 30 seconds. Then we've got Smoke, Legion and Jaeger, so we've still got some good utility left on the board. We've got Penguin now in charge of the aquarium area, looking to mount that attack onto site, but it's going to have to come quickly. The ping comes out and the defenders attacking. Oh, what a kill from Crunch. That could be essential, dropping the Ash of Penguin, but also the diffuser, meaning that Ramsey has to get across there. He gets the first kill onto Sneaky, while Skilled Nath manages to go in and pick up the diffuser, getting the kill onto Crunch, and the defenders, however, will get the win. Mocket take the map by just holding on and stopping them get that diffuser down. I think the kill there of the round had to be that one onto Penguin through the hatch. What do you think about that, X?
Yeah, definitely Mocket there, just playing the objective, understanding that they didn't have to go for kills, really putting the pressure on Nefarious to get the bomb down. And as you can see, it definitely could have gone either way. We had a fantastic showing from both sides, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to look at on Oregon right about now.
Yep, definitely going to be an exciting map. Make sure you stick around for Oregon. We will have Consulate as the decider if Nefarious manage to come out and take the win, but that's not going to be an easy task for them now. They've just faced their first match point and lost it on their first match point, so I'm sure that's going to do an awful lot for Nefarious in terms of confidence. And I think it's fair to say we've seen some great players from both sides there, some great individual efforts as well, but definitely a good highlight reel from that one. We've had some absolutely cracking kills.
Yeah, definitely. There's been some, fantastic standout plays. I think Nefarious there was 3 guys that had over 30 kills between them. So a good high kill game. And that's, you get that when you go into overtime a couple of times. But a lot of those rounds coming right down to the wire and really could have gone either way. That's what makes it so entertaining. We've got top seed versus bottom seed tonight, and we're still seeing overtimes, close matches. It really is down to the wire.
So, as we said, we've had, I don't think I did say actually, we've had Netflix as your observer so far tonight, but I think we are just going to have a short change out to bring #Miller in on the observer role. So, I'm just going to pop us to a short 10-minute break to give us a chance to just get #Miller in, set the game up, get me and X all synced up and everything, and then we will be back with you for map number 2 of this match where Mocket lead Nefarious 1-0. I'm calling for
this love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have and take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have. You take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started, you once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back.
welcome back to CCS EU. We are here with a fantastic match, Nefarious versus Mocket Academy. We've just seen Mocket Academy take the first map, which was Coastline 8-6, with some great individual players on both sides. I personally am looking forward to Oregon now. We are in with hashtag Miller as our new observer for map 2, and I am once again joined by XR Troika.
How's it going, everybody? Thank you for bearing with us in that short break. As Ace explained, we just had to get a few things switched over and get the players back in the lobby, but we are all ready to go once again. But what a match we saw on Coastline there. It was an absolutely fantastic game. Like Ace said, great individual plays, great team executions of strategies, very good teamwork that we saw, and it really could have been anyone's. Nefarious, so close, but Mocket just clinching it at the end and clutching it out where it mattered. Taking it, I believe it was it 8-6 that they took it?
8-6, yeah.
8-6.
It's just a great advert for Siege on CCS, to be honest. I know I'm a little bit biased, but I just think that was a really exciting match, especially towards the end.
Definitely. So we have got all the players loaded in, and we are going to be straight over into Oregon for your in-game operator bans. Let's see what the teams are going to opt for. It looks as though we've got Nefarious, who are defending first. They're going to be banning their first attacker. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Lion? We shall see.
It's always Lion.
Ooh, okay.
No,
so those sort of games.
That is huge. Just wait for the Thermite ban next. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Mocket surely are not going to do it to themselves and ban Thermite, but Hibana ban is a big ban. It really makes defending laundry a little bit more interesting if those hatches remain closed, because obviously there's 3 hatches that you can reinforce. Like Thermite can't get them all, so we're going to see Ying as the next ban for the attackers. Now moving on to the defender bans, you could almost bet your house on it that Mirror is going to get banned out. At this stage, we do see Mirror banned nearly every single map, but especially more so on Oregon. And that first ban, it's going to be Echo. I've just lost my house. RIP.
You're not coming to live with me, X, after a dodgy call like that. I think we're almost certainly going to see Mirror. I'll be very surprised if we don't see it as the last ban here, but I'm not going to go throwing personal possessions away on it, though.
They're not going to do it to themselves, though. Oh, they are. They are going to do it to themselves.
I think it's just such an important operator on this map that people just don't want to play against her.
But Nefarious have got 5 rounds to play. Like, they could get a good lead. It does seem nuts to me that teams really are so scared of the Mirror. Even defending first, banning her, it's crazy.
I agree, and I think you've hit the nail on the head with that one there. Coming onto defence first, they could have used her to potentially get themselves a 4-1, 5-0 lead, and that is exactly what Nefarious need to start this map here. I've seen Mocket play extremely well on Oregon. This is, I think, going to be certainly more of a challenge for Nefarious than Coastline was, and I think that taking that advantage and keeping Mirror on the board for themselves could have been what they needed.
I'm going to go out on quite a strong accusation here, but I'm going to say that Mocket won the operator ban phase without a doubt, purely because with them using their ban for Echo, it put Nefarious in a really difficult position where they were left with, well, we either keep the Mirror and use her and try and get a not 5-0 advantage, but try and get some really good rounds on the board as defense. But then obviously Mocket are going to be able to play with her. So it kind of left them with no choice after Mocket banned out the Echo. It left Nefarious no choice but to ban out the Mirror because they had to do it. Who else were they going to ban out? Good plays from Mocket there.
Ramsey then as the Valkyrie, just waiting to get another popular ban that we see is Valkyrie, but we've seen her survive here, so I'm sure we're going to see some aggressive plays. Out comes that Valcam, bang it over there in the long grass, hit one of the posts on the fence if you can, and you get a fantastic view of the entire north side of the building, and they are going to be moving in quickly here. Mutia's Mocket, we know that this is a sign of their attacks is moving quickly, and we can see Crunch there already making progress into that main lobby, and down goes his first frag grenade to take out one of the Maestro cams. Just another reason to bring Buck. I think I think he's quite an underrated operator sometimes. I know we see him picked quite often in Pro League, but there's a lot of players shy away from Buck, and personally I think he really does bring something to the table. But how about that for the first kill with a C4 coming from the Valkyrie of Ramsey?
Fantastic C4 kill. Not even too sure where he got it onto. I think maybe a guy into meeting, perhaps. Oh no, it looked like right there onto player in Armory. So yeah, fantastic C4. Obviously, good use of some sort of call out or maybe even one of his own Valkyrie cameras, but the diffuser is going to be picked up there by Crunch. Skilled Nath going to be in a good position to do something about that though and put a little bit of pressure on. Second frag grenade coming out. ADS device just saving him. Shots exchanged, but no cigar for either guy, although Crunch did put a good few shots down there on Skilled Nath, and that's going to make it just a little bit difficult. Skilled Nath in a good position though. He doesn't really have to do anything. He can just kind of hang out there and waste a bit of time in the attic. Doesn't need to expose himself. No thumbs there. Going to pick up a kill onto Crunch. So the wall has been opened from Generator Room into small dorms, and Crunch is holding a really nasty angle there, but leaving himself pretty exposed from White Stairs. Moody going to try and do something about Skilled Nath in the attic as the lifeline comes in. That's going to leave Skilled Nath pretty disorientated in there, and Easy is also going to be putting a bit of pressure on. So Skilled Nath doing a fantastic job of occupying at least 2 attackers right now, and this is wasting a lot of time, and it's causing a bit of a headache. Moody there going to pick up a kill onto Penguin. So Moody's rotating all the way downstairs, and I think we've still possibly got Skilled Nath playing in the attic, or has he dipped out at this stage? Nope, he's definitely still there, and he's doing a fantastic job of wasting a lot of time, although he is going to get picked up as he is forced to rotate by Nerox. So that is going to put us into a 3 versus 3, moving into the final 35 seconds of this first round.
What a great job on the roam there from Skilled Nath. Kept himself tight in that corner, made himself almost impossible to deal with, and has wasted a huge amount of time, as you say, taking up 2 and I think sometimes even 3 of the attackers trying to move him out of there. So I'm sure that he will be happy to give up his life for that. We've got Easy, my friends, pushing in from the double window now, but with 15 seconds to go, it is time for Mockit to get this attack moving. Mooty moves in, gets the kill onto Northrums. Easy gets the kill onto Ramsey. Alfie trading back out onto Easy and to Mooty, but Nerox will move in with the final kill onto Alfie. What a final flurry. All the kills in the last 3 to 4 seconds, and that will be the first round on Oregon.
Really unfortunate there for Alfie. He always seems to find himself last alive. I know he's a support operator, but in those final moments, just scraping for kills, and it just so happened that Mockit there were left with a man to pick up that trade. But a very close round nonetheless, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see them go there again, which it looks as though we're going to see.
It certainly does look like we're going to be going back upstairs. I don't think, to be fair, they weren't a million miles away from that. Nefarious did very, very well. Skilled Nath, as we said, a fantastic job in attic. So I'm sure that there's things there that they can expect to tweak and improve. That said, I'm not sure how... It's certainly not lucky, but I'm not sure, it's again that situation we say that it's not luck involved, but you can't expect players to come out and get a C4 kill every single round to start things off. So, we're going to have to look for something else to be the catalyst this time. That would have been a good opportunity for Nefarious to build on that and maybe take the second and third kills, put themselves at a real man advantage and push on from there. But it certainly wasn't for want of trying, and I think that was more Mockit winning it than Nefarious losing it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Nefarious played a very nice hold. Skilled Nath did a great job in the attic, wasting a lot of time. Unfortunately, wasn't able to pick up a kill out of there, I don't think. But like you say, the C4, it is a dark art throwing those C4s. And if you can get it pulled off, it really is. It's not a free kill, but it's usually a kill that you can get without taking any damage. So they're always very important. And if you can get a couple of those, you really start to make things happen. But as you say, very difficult to achieve. Alfie there's going to be opening up a nice line of sight for his Maestro Evil Eye. Ramsey again going to be playing on the Valkyrie, and I think Ramsey is quite an aggressive player from what we've seen, so the Valkyrie certainly suits him on Oregon. There is some good potential for runouts, but I would like to see him play a little bit more conservatively because he has got very good gun skill and good ability to get kills. So, we're going to see a little bit of a skirmish there as Penguin puts some shots down into Easy and takes about 20 health off him there, which is going to be very important straight away, not even 30 seconds into the round. But Mockit is certainly bringing the fight this time. and they're not letting Nefarious have any late prep time. So Skilled Nath downstairs in the kitchen, and he's going to be coming to blows with quite a few guys right about now. He's just going to have to really wait this out and be very patient. Crunch, no doubt, going to get him on the drone. Yep, sees exactly where he is. And we've got 2 guys playing down there, actually. It does look as though Nefarious is stacking up just a little bit. But there's definitely reason to do so. If they're going to start getting pushed, they're going to need the men there to get the trades. So we've got Ramsey and Penguin. It looks as though Skilled Nath has dipped out, maybe to try and get a kill from elsewhere. But, you know, sort of 50% of downstairs control has now been taken over by Mocket. What are they going to be able to do with it?
And we see the Book of Crunch there, just moving around to get an alternative angle into kitchen, but as you say, 50% of that control taken, so that leaves the defenders over in meeting all and beyond. Now, if he takes that angle out, he's much more likely to get some joy. In come the shots, but he will not get the kill, and he will take over 50% of his health for the pleasure. Now, there's the attempt at a C4 kill from Ramsey, but it will not be successful. Meanwhile, Sneaky gets the kill onto Alfie, so that could be a great kill for Mocket. We know that Alfie is often alive late rounds, so if he's taken out, it could be that it comes to not having anybody left on the Nefarious lineup. We've got No Thumbs is also taken quite a bit of damage here and he's under 25. The Legion though will hit Crunch, followed by some shots, and Ramsey will take out Easy My Friends, so that effectively leaves us in a 4 versus 3 with Crunch down. But will Mocket be able to get in and pick Crunch up? That is unclear at the minute, but Sneaky gets the kill onto No Thumbs, leaving us 3 versus 3, and Crunch will be picked up, so that reverses the man count now into a 4 versus 3 in favour of Mocket. But only 40 seconds left to go, and they have got to start thinking about approaching site. I don't think Crunch is going to have too much joy there. He's taking out the usual spots with Buck, but as you can see, I think Nefarious just planning on that really, and they're playing a little bit to the extreme side of sight, so they're not leaving themselves open to that attack. Nerox moving up as the Thermite. Mooty will get the kill onto Ramsey. Penguin will take Nerox off the white stairs, leaving us 3 versus 2 in favour of Mocket, but that will be 3 versus 1 as Mooty gets the kill onto Penguin. It is all down to Skilled Nath on the Jaeger now. The plant goes down. He's got attackers all around him. He's under 50 health and he's got it all to do. This is not going to be easy at all, and they are now on the Mocket side just going to hold their angles. I don't think Skilled Nath has much of an option here to change up his attack. He's just giving those jiggle peaks. He challenges to Sneaky, but the kill will come in, and that will be another round for Mocket.
It's a great round for Mocket. They seem to be able to reverse that. Downstairs was going really bad for a point, and they were just able to put some bodies on it and really do a good job of switching it around. They flipped the man count around. It was looking like it was going to be a 4 versus 3. All of a sudden they get a kill and pick a guy up. It's now 4 versus 3 in their favour. They did a fantastic job of just saving that round. They really clutched that one out of the jaws of defeat, I think, because it would have been very easy for Nefarious to get a couple of kills down there, rotate back upstairs, and just shut it down with a smoke and a Legion. But with no doubt now going to see a different objective in Laundry Room and Supply. And I've got to say it, if Nefarious aren't able to win upstairs without a mirror, they're not going to be able to win downstairs in Laundry and Supply without a mirror. Purely because it's just so difficult. They have taken Hibana off the board, so that does give Nerox a bit more of a decision as to what he opens. And obviously it gives Nefarious a little bit more control over what they reinforce. You know, the more they reinforce, the more difficult they're going to make it. But yeah, a bit tricky there. I think that Nefarious certainly had that one. It was their round to lose last round.
Big calls from XR Striker then. Already decision made. There's going to be no win for Nefarious down here in Laundry. But I've got to say, they've already struggled upstairs twice. You know, now, as you quite rightly say, moving downstairs to what is certainly the more difficult site without a mirror available to you. They really do have it all to do. And I think, as I said at the beginning, coming into Oregon against Mocket, 1-0 down, it was never going to be an easy map. I'm certainly not speaking as if it's over. We've seen plenty of turnarounds here on CCS EU, but I would expect Mocket to push on here, to take this attack, and to really put themselves in a power position coming out of this 4-1 or 5-0.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that, obviously. You know, I think it goes back to the operator bans. I really think that Mocket won it and won it very convincingly. Penguin there deploying a lot of utility upstairs. He's going to spend all 3 ADSs on trying to hold that attic, which, you know, that's all he's got as an operator. So I'm hoping to see something good from it, because if he doesn't manage to hold, then they're really going to be wasted, and you're going to wish you had those down in the objective for when the smoke starts coming in and the plan's going down. But Sneaky is going to be so sneaky, and he's going to pick up a kill onto Ramsey. That's drone work. It's timing. That's just at this stage, you've got to be thinking, you're Nefarious, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, nothing we're doing sticking. I'm making a rotation through the map with 30 seconds gone off the clock. Someone single hit a soft wall and is going to pick up a kill through a murder hole on me. It's just so unfortunate, but everything seems to be falling in Mocket's favour at this stage, and they're doing a fantastic job of capitalising on it. Ramsey, a very key player, and now they're going to divert their attention to burning these ADSs, which Easy is going to make short work of. Mooty there going to pick up a kill onto Skilled Nath. So that's Legion out the picture. Legion's got so much utility left to be deployed, potentially as many as 5 goo mines at this stage. That's going to be a huge loss, and that's going to make pushing the objective that little bit easier for Mocket in those final stages. We've got Penguin. He's deployed all his utility upstairs in Attic. Mocket are very aware of where he is, but he's looking at this now and he should be thinking to himself, I need to start rotating back down because there's only 2 guys on the objective, and Mocket have still got 5 players in hand.
Not only have we got ADSs up there, we've also got a mute, which is preventing the thermite from blowing the wall. Penguin gets a kill onto Mocket, so it's starting to look like that utility could be worthwhile. But that said, there's 4 reinforcements, 3 ADSs, at least 1 mute, if not more up there. So that is an awful lot of utility, and Penguin is going to need to pick up 2 or 3 kills from up there to really make that worthwhile. But whilst he remains in there, this is quite a clever strategy, because whilst he remains in there, it becomes very difficult to start pushing onto site, because you do have the fear of that late rotation through meeting. That said, all you really need to do is put somebody on a flank watch there, because he would have to drop down. We're now 4 versus 2 as Crunch gets the kill onto No Thumbs. We've got Penguin all the way up in Attic, leaving Alfie as the mute solely to defend the site there, and surely they're going to start thinking about a plant. It's now Jaeger's time to shine. Penguin moves down whilst Crunch gets the kill onto Alfie. Nerox with the kill onto Penguin, and I have to say, I think that expenditure of utility up in Attic, I just don't really understand. I understand the purpose of holding Attic and, you know, having the opportunity for that late flank, but the late flank was ineffective. As I said, all they really need to do then, because he can't move his way out of Attic because there's no rotation, it's fully reinforced, so all they need to do is leave 1 man in meeting hall. When they 5-3 up in terms of man count, it's easy to just leave somebody rear stage, wait for him to drop stairs. That's his only option. As soon as he drops down through the hatch, bang, he's dead, and that's that dealt with. So not really sure what the long-term game plan was on that one.
I think that the game plan would have been for Ramsey not to die within the first 20 seconds to something that on paper looks quite unfortunate. I think if Ramsey's playing downstairs in meeting and trying to hold it just a little bit more, it might give Penguin the opportunity to drop into meeting and, you know, get in there without getting shot at immediately. So I think that it was probably one of those situations where it would have been wise for Penguin to sort of rotate pretty much straight away as soon as Ramsey got killed. But obviously, like we've said, you've expended all that utility. You've got to try and do something with it. He did manage to get a kill out of there, but ultimately it just wasn't enough. And Mocket did a fantastic job of ignoring him, really. Ignoring him till the final moment, and then making sure that they were aware of where he was coming from, so they were able to watch the flank, flooding the objective, getting the kills, and doing the job. Dockerby Cole also coming in pretty clutch, but it's looking very good for Mocket at this stage. They're going 3-0 up, going back downstairs to laundry room, and it doesn't seem like Nefarious can make anything stick at the moment, and that's going to be really playing on the minds. They've obviously had a very good coastline, came out of that one really strong. It definitely could have gone either way. But at this stage, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do differently? Why is Oregon going the way that it is so far in terms of them, you know, hardly even getting any kills, really? So they're going to have to do something to change it up, and, you know, they've got to try and let these rounds go now and build on the positives. It looks as though we've got Penguin upstairs once again. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets dealt with a little bit more quickly this time, just because they know what they're going to be up against.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It wouldn't have surprised me to maybe see a Thatcher brought. You know, I think there is possibly there's a fear there. Wasn't too influential last round, so you could have potentially dropped her off. If you get the Thatcher up there, clear the mutes off, open that wall up with Thermite, Penguin has nowhere to go but rotate out. It is interesting though, it's the 5 attack, 5 defend thing again. It's interesting to see them come back and do the same thing. We've commented on it, you know, me personally, quite heavily as a caster there, saying I didn't really understand the, you know, the overall use for it with only 1 kill. and we get to see it repeated again. So Penguin getting an excellent kill onto Muti with the headshot there. Let's see if he can do a bit more with this. Second kill coming onto Crunch, so they are definitely working this iteration. He's now dropped out of there with the thermite coming through, so that is going to mean that he has to move out of Attic, but this time much more successful with 2 kills, leaving Nefarious 5 versus 3 in favour. And that is the real beauty of these 5 attacker, 5 defender rounds, because it just means that teams can look at something and say that it didn't work quite how we intended, let's go back and do it again, except this time we're going to look to do it this way, and that has paid dividends for Penguin.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see. There's obviously always a purpose, and maybe we were giving the Penguin a little bit too much of a hard time there for how he was playing, but he's proved us wrong, and it obviously has worked very well. He was able to drop back into Meeting Hall, but that's purely because of the information. Sorry, not the information. That's purely because of the way that his team has held map control. It's made Meeting Hall a safe place, but it's not going to be for much longer as he picks up another one onto easy, and now he's left with getting the ace, although it was a little bit optimistic. Nerox there picking up Penguin. I think last 2 attackers are definitely in Meeting, so it was on the cards, but this is going to be a really good opportunity for Nefarious to take it slow. They know where everybody is at this stage. They can go back down to objectives. Skilled Nath there making that rotation, leaving Ramsey upstairs, but Ramsey doesn't rotate now for fear of getting shot. Shots are going to come in there onto Sneaky. C4 toss coming out from Alfie. Notham's going to pick up Nerox, and that is going to do it. Nefarious are going to get around on the board, and that's so important for him. They definitely deserve that round as well. Played it fantastically.
Yep, this next phase is we're not quite there yet, but once we played this round out and we see Mockit move on to the defence, it is, I think, largely going to be determined by this next round. If Nefarious can get this, take 2 rounds on the bounce, get a bit of momentum, and move on to the attack without the mirror, then that operator ban might start to make a lot of sense. If they come out of this 4-1 down, ooh, possible Montagna pick, that could be very interesting. They obviously know that one of the either dining room or rear stage areas are going to be selected. They've predicted that quite well, but rear stage watchtower is not going to be easy to deal with for a Montagna. They do have sort of the angles available from upstairs, and it looks like that 6th pick will come in. Maybe it was just a little bit of bluffing, a little bit of mind games as the Blackbeard comes out instead.
I'm really surprised to see rear stage and watchtower. I don't think that I'd be too far wrong if I said that Oregon was probably the most played map that we've had this season on EU, and we've never ever seen a rear stage hold.
Well, we're certainly going to see it now. You can see that the bombs are in position, and there is certainly no changing as we have only 30 seconds left of the prep phase. And always the difficulty with these sort of sites is the fact that you've got 2 external doors on the ground floor that lead directly into site, and then you've got multiple windows across the different levels, so it is entirely possible to attack from outside, and it's similar to why Kitchen on Cafe is so difficult to defend, because there's just so many ways to get the bomb down and watch it from half a mile away with your ACOG. That said, if they can keep the presence in dorms there, it can be very easy on the odd run out or the odd peek from the windows to start picking attackers up on the repel. It becomes quite difficult for them to return fire, and I think that is going to be one of the keys that we are looking at here, is how long they can hold that dorms area and how much pressure they can apply to any external attacks.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the way to attack it, although there are a lot of ways in, if you will, into the watchtower area. You can't ignore the fact that Kitchen as well to a degree, but that dorms is going to be the main sort of holding point. And if you can take over dorms as an attacker, your back's going to be pretty clear to move over to watchtower and get a plant down or do something with it. So that's why we're seeing a pretty heavy presence upstairs, which isn't always a bad thing, although Nefarious haven't been very successful in defending upstairs. But maybe that will change as the objective is somewhere else. It kind of gives them a little bit more ability to roam around a little bit. And shots there are going to be coming in from, I think it is easy, onto Ramsey. Ramsey, they're going to get downed in the process, and Crunch going to finish off the kill with the book. So that's going to be the first kill on the board for Mockit, and that is... Oh, and the second one, Muti, they're going to be picking up one onto No Thumbs. So wasting absolutely no time in taking that Dorms control, and that's going to force everybody left on Nefarious to rotate out if they want to keep hold of their life. And you can see now just how powerful these angles are going to be. You've got the ACOGs on the attacking side. Alfie's going to be trying to challenge that with SMG 11, which is not a bad weapon, but certainly not the ideal weapon to be challenging that kind of an angle with. He's going to retreat over into the attic and just try and find a little bit of sanctuary, and that's going to force the attackers to push up a little bit more.
Bit of a mistake from Muti there. I think we all saw him miss the shot on that Ella. We're going to have shots going out from Penguin from the top floor, hitting Crunch and killing him ultimately. So excellent plays there from Penguin. Not easy, but he does have the assault rifle of Jaeger, which I think was going to be absolutely essential if this hold was to be successful. So Muti now moving in, getting the kill onto Penguin. So that will clear Penguin out of the top floor. We now have 2 defenders left. We've got Skilled Nathan Alfie on the smoke. Alfie getting the first kill onto Nerox of this late phase as we come into the last 45 seconds now with 3 versus 2 and 2 versus 2 as Alfie gets another. We know that he loves, he just thrives on being behind in terms of the numbers, but Easy My Friends will move in and kill Alfie through the wall. Bit of a wall bang, but there was a big hole open in it for him to see through. So Skilled Nath now the last one remaining. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the consideration for a plant here, but it's certainly not going to be easy because Skilled Nath is down there and he's watching that single door where we did see Dockerby operating. Now he has a quick run out to see if he can get anybody on the rappel, but it looks like that diffuser is going to be going down upstairs as he moves up. We have got Easy just watching the flank there, but Sneaky, not only will he get the plant down, he'll get the kill himself, and that takes us to 4-1 in favour of Mocket Academy.
Yeah, always a difficult job going to rear stage. You can see just how once you lose control of the site, it's very difficult to take back. Once you lose control of the map, it's very difficult to keep control of the site. So that's why you don't see it. It's really not a viable option for the defenders. I think that a kitchen and dining would have been a much more expected pick there, if you will. We did see that chosen a couple of times last week, and it was fairly successful. So a bit of a difficult one there for Nefarious, but they're certainly not out of this one just yet. They're moving now onto attack, and they have done quite well on attack. They did very well on attack on Coastline. They tend to take a little bit more time over it and try and set themselves up for a good final execution, if you will. But Mocket, they're going to opt to go downstairs to laundry room and supply, trying to leave their options open. I think get the difficult one out of the way first, and then if they are successful, they can finish it off on a dorms. But Nefarious have got 2 rounds. Well, at least got this round to say no and try and do something about that.
Yeah, not too much of a surprise in the objective choice there. Like you say, if they come down to laundry, they're 4-1 up. They've got rounds to burn if they need to. Get down here, try and get the difficult one out of the way first, and then they can go up. Who wants to attack dorms when you're on match point? It's certainly going to be a difficult one. But much like UX, I'm very surprised to have seen rear stage there. There's just the kitchen dining. It's certainly not easy, but I think the big difference is, like I said at the beginning, it's just the number of external entrances that you've got to cover. Rear stage is just There's so many external entrances in such a small area. Within those 3 floors, off the top of my head, I think there's at least 5 places that you can enter. You can then blow the wall from attic as well, and it's just very, very difficult to monitor and manage all of those and to keep the attackers out. Whereas with kitchen dining, you've got 1 door into dining, and the rest of it requires hard breaches. And guess who's been banned? One of the hard breaches. So then that limits them, especially if you can get a cheeky early pick onto Thermite. Kitchen dining becomes a very difficult place to attack without moving in through the map. So we will see early attention paid here, and a bit of a dodgy drone throw there as Ramsey is up on the rappel and looking to just clear out rear tower, where I'm sure there will be some defensive presence. But we can see Alfie taking shots there early on, Muti also, but Muti is going to keep himself in possession. Just as I say that, he moves down the rear stage stairs and back into objective.
Very nice to see how Mocket are attacking this. Defending this one. Ramsey, they're going to pick the first kill of the round onto Crunch, just as I give Mocket a little bit of praise for how they're defending. But they're playing very all over the map. Certainly not afraid to use the map and try and roam around. I think we possibly only got 1 or 2 guys on site. We've got some smoke grenades coming out with at least 2 minutes on the clock. That's going to put Muti in a position on the stairs. Skilled Nath going to pick up Easy. Alfie going to pick up Muti. This is quickly going in Nefarious' favour. This is why you can't write these guys off. They're certainly in it to win it, and they're going to do their utmost despite being a couple of rounds down. But it does just go to show how efficient they are at attacking and pushing as a team. We've got Nerox and Sneaky upstairs in the classroom area, possibly going to come to blows with Lion. Skilled Nath going to be putting some shots down there and chucking out an EO1D just to pin him in place as Sneaky's going to be there left Not really much place to go. He's on Armory Stairs, and he's going to ultimately get taken out by Penguin on the IQ. So that just goes to show the power of Lion and why we see him banned so often. Nerox now going to be holding a tight angle from B, looking over toward rear stage, although he's got it all to watch at this stage. We've got Penguin on the stairs in A. Drones are going to come in, locate Nerox, and no doubt this is going to be a very tall order. But the first round on the board, I'm sure, for Nefarious. As I say that, Nerox is going to pick up a nice headshot kill onto Penguin. Dockerby calls are going to be coming in. Plant should be going down right about now. There's no reason to not get it down. It's just going to put the pressure onto Nerox there to get the job done as he gets a kill with his C4. So Nerox now doing everything he can to bring the man count back down into his favour, and this just goes to show why you've got to get the plant down when you've got that numbers advantage, because Nerox is not going to let this one slip at all. The plant does, however, go down, and this is going to put him in a very difficult position. All Nefarious needs to do now is protect this plant and make Nerox play. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? He's going to be making his way very slowly over toward the diffuser, but the hatch is, of course, open. He's also aware that he's got somebody playing in behind him, and as much as he's trying to, he's not going to get the kill. I think it is Zafir. Ramsey there is going to pick up the final kill of the round, and although Nerox did a fantastic job of holding them off, Nefarious are going to pick up their first defensive round. First attacking round.
Much more solid from Nefarious on the attack there. Good to see. I always like to see a team come and make a game of it. We don't want to see anybody get steamrolled here on CCS, and I think it just goes to show the strength of the league that it's quite a rare occasion that we even see a 6-2, to be honest. It's usually a lot closer than that. So first attacking round going to Nefarious there. It was always going to be the more difficult option. No mirror on the board, as we've said a few times, so going down to Laundry was always going to be difficult. Now, interestingly, we see a very late change there onto Kitchen Dining Hall. It can sometimes be pre-planned, but sometimes, have they got a little bit of, not necessarily disagreement, but just, are they all on the same page necessarily? That late change comes in. Is everybody going to be on top of the game here and aware of what they should be doing, or are we going to see a little bit of disorganisation?
No, I think the Mocket are going to be pretty confident in their decision. Despite how late the call comes out, there's still a good few seconds in the loading screen to sort of arrange what's going on. Obviously, the operator's already chosen at that point of the change, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to be comfortable with where they are. And it's certainly going to do one thing. It's going to throw Nefarious off, because I don't think that they'll be expecting it in the slightest.
Yeah, that was a point I was going to make myself was, really, after going down to Laundry with Dorms still available, I think Mocket are desperate to get that match point on Dorms. I think that's what they're looking for. I agree. Because as I commented last week, it's not often that we see the first match point taken. Quite often we will see the team that is trailing get at least one back. So I'm sure they will be keen to get themselves into the strongest possible position if they do get onto match point. So we're going to see the attackers start to move in here. I'm sure that they'll do that slowly and cautiously. And I think this could be our first? It's not the first IQ pick tonight. We saw one last round, but we certainly haven't seen a lot of IQ tonight, especially with Valkyrie still on the board.
No, I mean, IQ now having the little switch around, getting the Claymore, bit of something different, but always nice to see. Still so many electronics in the game that you can find, despite the range. I think the range is now 15 as opposed to 20 meters, so a little bit more reduction on that. But you're always going to have a good idea of roughly where they are. You just need to know if they're there or not. So it's not all too much of a big deal. But Skilled Nath there, going to do a fantastic job of picking up an early kill onto Crunch. That's going to be a kill onto Jaeger. So I think Crunch has done some pretty good work. He certainly had a fantastic coastlines. That's going to be a really good operator and a really good player to take off the board. Ramsey there just going to be pressuring the shield of Nerox, and maybe even going to try and get a lifeline onto it, but doesn't really want to expose himself all too much. We're going to see the barricade open by Alfie, but shots are going to come in from up in kids' dorms, and I think that shield is possibly bandited. So it's going to make it a difficult job to actually get anything destroyed on it. Lion Charge going to come out there, and now it's going to get spotted, but going to hold tight. Penguin managing to pick up a kill from in the showers, I believe. So that's a fantastic angle. Just goes to show the power of the Lion. Going to get another challenge up onto Sneaky of Legion at the top of White Stairs. And this is looking pretty good for Nefarious at the moment. I think Mocket have tried to throw him off with this pick. I totally agree with what you say, that they're trying to leave the favoured bomb site in kids' dorms as a match point bomb site, but sometimes you just got to get yourself up there and get that round on the board. It can be very important that you don't neglect the lead that you've gained yourself. Nothin's there going to make some good progress opening up the side wall, and no doubt we're going to see a plank going down pretty soon.
Yep, as you say, it's all well and good saving a site for a match point site, but you've got to get to match point first before you can take advantage of that. So we see Northam's coming in on the thermite and just opening up the walls there. So that's leaves site very vulnerable now. Out come the smokes to prevent kitchen being used to prevent a plant. Penguin will get the kill onto Mooty as smoke tries to move around the corner there and take them out. And down goes the diffuser as expected. So lots of work to do, and it will be taken care of in short order as Penguin and Ramsey move in, get those final 2 kills. And how's about this is a message being sent from Nefarious?
Yeah, Nefarious is certainly, putting up a very good fight, and I think that Mockit now have got to be looking at themselves and going, we had a 4-2 lead. Well, was it 4-1 at one stage? I think it was.
Yeah, 4-1 coming out of the attack.
4-2. So you got to be looking at that, thinking, we got 4-1 on attack, and now all of a sudden we've lost 2 rounds, and it's looking very good for Nefarious all of a sudden, and that can partly be down to the operators. I did comment on it in the pre-game, and that Mockit did a fantastic job of sort of baiting the mirror ban, if you will, and they're certainly paying the price of that right now, because they're going back down to laundry room and supply. They're still not going up to kids' dorms. Still trying to do this with leaving kids' dorms as the match point bomb site. So, a little bit crazy, really. Laundry room and supply, they're going to have to play this a little bit differently if they want to see some success there.
I'm starting to wonder if they're even saving it as a favoured site for match point. It really is starting to occur to me that maybe they just don't want to play up there, which is, I think, strange. Without the mirror, yes, mirror can contribute a lot to dorms. You can particularly watch that small dorms area for the generator push for the plant there. You can use a mirror at half wall, a top of white stairs, and that can make things a lot easier. But it's by no means essential up there, and I still think it's got to be one of the strongest places to go without a mirror. So, but maybe it's just not Mockit's favoured location, and they're just going to ease off there and see if they can get the win down here. But this is a big risk going to laundry. They struggled with laundry last time out, and they're in a position now whereby this levels the score up at 4-all, and that way, with 3 rounds on the bounce, if Nefarious can take another, all of a sudden they're on match point, and this could be very difficult for Mockit to deal with here. It could be a real swing.
I think if it goes to match point and Nefarious end up attacking first, I think we could have quite an interesting game on our hands, because they've done pretty well on attack so far, and all of a sudden if they get that match point and all they've got to do is defend kids' dorms and try and do that effectively, then you never know what could happen. We could be seeing 3 maps this evening. But I'd certainly say that mirror, like you say, mirror doesn't really add all too much to kids' dorms. I think that almost the new meta that we're seeing is the Maestro cam doing that job at the top of White Stairs. After the wall has been sort of shot out at head height, Maestro cam can do that, and you're not even risking a body on it. You just, there's a guy sat on a camera. So, always different ways to play. And I think, like you say, it must be a case now where they just don't want to go to that site because they seem to be really banging their head against other bomb site locations. But moving into the round, and we are already a minute down and no kills just as of yet. A little bit of damage traded. Penguin there sitting at just below full. But, not much map control gained. It does seem as though they're going for a lot of drone work, figure out where everyone is. Ramsey has made his way into Attic, which is going to be pretty key. No doubt going to come to blows with some of the roamers up there in a moment. But Alfie's also in meeting hall, so a bit of map control has actually been gained. And it seems odd because we've still got roamers in play and still got full teams either side, and we've got hatches being open in meeting hall. So something is surely going to have to happen in a moment, because Crunch is not going to be happy about the hatches being open while there's still roamers upstairs in Sneaky. He's surely going to be able to get some damage onto Thermite, I believe it is, inside of Attic.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to clear out these roamers here. Like you say, you can't just go about your business as if they're not there. The shots started raining in onto Alfie from kitchen through to meeting hall and took him down to under half health. They can't just continue like that. As we see, I think there's 3 down on site at the minute, so that would leave us 2 roamers. We've got Sneaky up in armour in. It looks like Crunch down there, just in the kitchen area, if I had to make a guess based on that silhouette. Just outside, yep, and inside a meeting hall. So is he going to take the drone out. That's a little bit strange that he's allowed that drone to survive. It's now seen him and moved on, but Crunch is maybe just using that to bait them and draw them in, but it's not going to work, and that... I'm a bit baffled by that. He sees Alfie's drone, he moves towards the rear stage area where the drone has come from, and doesn't really even leave himself in a position to challenge there. Honestly, I don't know what Crunch was thinking.
No, neither do I. I only can think that he wasn't sure that the drone had seen him, but Mooty going to pick up a kill. Nerok's going to pick up a... So Mocket are certainly waking up right now. We've got a guy down for Nefarious. Going to be getting revived right about now. Nerok's picking another one up. Mooty picking up. Skilled Nath picking up one onto Nerox. And Mooty picking up a final kill. An absolute flurry in those final seconds from Mooty and Nerox. Just trading out and getting the kills that they need to pull that round back. And now we've got to see it. We've got to see it upstairs.
Surely they were waiting for match point. Surely we were right. We will certainly find out in just a few seconds as they start to choose those operators. And you can see even through the scoreboard there, the word Dorms shining through. And they were obviously just waiting to get themselves up there. So we'll see if they can turn this around on the first attempt at match point. But... other than the strange behaviour of Crunch there, it's a very good performance from Mocket. I don't know, maybe that was all part of the plan. I'm not sure how it would have contributed, but we got a couple of quick kills following it, so they certainly backed the teammate up, if nothing else. Actually, all I can think, as you say, is that he maybe wasn't sure the drone had seen him, but it did turn around and drive past him at speed, so you'd have to expect that they'd seen him. I think he was maybe just trying to bait him. I think he was going for the old drop the hatch while shooting, see if he could pick up some damage and kill, and just didn't get there at the time.
Yeah, maybe it's, you never know what's going through the player's mind. It can, it can be a split-second decision that really doesn't, pan out, and I think that's what we maybe saw. But we are going to see upstairs in Kids' Dorms, and I'm expecting, with the way that they've saved this bomb site, it's like they've coveted it right until the very end. I'm expecting absolutely great things now from Mocket. I'm expecting fireworks, because to save it till the end like this just shows that you don't really want to show anyone what you're doing. You're really confident in it. You know that you're going to win. So let's see what they can do with it, because they've built it up now a little bit for me. They need to perform.
Pressure flying onto Mocket there from X, but I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying there. It certainly seems like they've saved this up now. How about that? We've got potentially two defenders. No surprise to see Crunch bailing out of there, so they're going to leave Easy up there with the ACOG of Doc, and Crunch will now move himself back towards site, just reinforcing the attic as he goes. But he's just been putting his ADSs up there to prevent a direct attack being mounted on Doc. But it looks like he's going to keep himself in that rear stage area, possibly try for a run out when the words come from Doc that there's people challenging him on the rappel, and that might be something that he's looking for. It certainly seems like he's thinking about it, but Mooty gets the kill from the other side. I think that was from Armory Corridor onto Penguin. Skilled Nath trading that straight back. Yes, I was correct. You can see his body there. Skilled Nath as the Lion just getting the kill back onto Smoke, and now we'll jump in whilst the E1D is there. And Easy, my friends, is going to juice himself up and overheal, but No Thumbs will get the kill onto Crunch, so that leaves Easy quite on his own up in the rear tower now. He's going to have to hope that he can get an angle onto one or two of these players, but I don't think that's something Ramsey's going to allow. Easy gets the kill with a headshot onto Alfie though, and he is going to continue to be challenged by Ramsey. It's all about how long Easy can keep himself alive at this stage, I think.
Yeah, he's going to keep himself alive and keep himself in the fight as well. If Nefarious all of a sudden tried to go on the other side of the building and try and, use the other roofs and really hide themselves away, he's going to have a real tough time of doing anything. And he's a third of the force at the moment that's defending this bomb site. He's the slowest operator, and he's a long way away. So he's really got to make this work. He's really got to pick up some kills and, try and, or maybe even look to rotate. Now wouldn't be a bad time to rotate. Looks like that's what he's going to do now. Go through attic and just see if he can pick anybody coming through master bedroom, which it does look as though we may have in No Thumbs, I think that is. Yeah, No Thumbs sitting there outside of master bedroom. Gen room into small dorm is open, and just hard angles are being held now. Skilled Nath is holding a pretty tight angle onto attic, and that's not going to be somewhere that Easy is going to think to check. We've got Ramsey also coming up behind. So Easy's certainly getting pressured now, and that's what you're going to want to be doing as Nefarious. You're going to want to pressure that Roma, get him out of the picture, and then you're able to focus on the two left in the OBJ. But it does seem as though Ramsey's going for a bit of a flank or a rotation, should I say. Skilled Nath there. He's going to pick up the kill onto Easy. he's had an okay map there, okay round there, should I say? But could have been a little bit better. I think he's left himself a lot to do as a slow operator from a long way away, and we're going to see Nerox there. Excuse me. We're going to see Nerox there aggressively pushing down to the bottom end of Armory Corridor, and no doubt we're going to see a plank going down pretty soon. Ramsey there picking up a kill onto Sneaky. Nerox picking one back onto Ramsey. Skilled Nath trading it out and getting Nerox, and that is going to be match point clutched out of the hands of Mockit, and Nefarious are going to take that one.
At 5-3 though, that will leave us now 5-4, and Mockit have another opportunity, so they can go back there if they want. They certainly had a plan. They got Jaeger and Doc straight up there as Crunch and Easy up there into Big Tower, and it was obvious that that was where they were looking to sort of stage the defence from largely. Easy got a couple of kills, but it just didn't prove enough in the end. But as you saw there, Easy and Crunch on 3 kills apiece here, coming into round 10. Maybe a little bit more fragging required. I know they've been playing some of the support operators, but Crunch has been taking a lot of Jaeger's assault rifle, so maybe just a few more kills needed for the team there to finish this off. But they will this time, I think we could be right, they just maybe don't like that Dorm's hold. They've gone straight back down to Laundry. Certainly the majority of their time has been spent down there, so let's see if they can win it as convincingly as they did last time.
It wasn't very close, really. I really don't like the way that Easy played it. I think that playing the Doc over in Big Tower, yeah, it's good. It wastes a lot of time. You got to kill out of it. But it just puts you so far out of the fight when you need to be making that rotation back to site. And that's what really makes it difficult. You get pinched from Attic because as a Doc, you need the quickest way because you're a 3 armor, so you need the quickest way there. So you need Attic open. You can't be going down all the way through Laundry and upstairs and all that because you just will never make it. So I think that it's a really tough one. And in previous seasons or previous years on Rainbow, we've seen Jaegers and Bandits hold that angle upstairs in the watchtower with their ACOGs of old, and that was a much more effective way of holding it because you could then make the rotation back. But I just don't think that you can effectively rotate as a 3 armor in that situation.
Honestly, I think that location was probably one of the strong points used in the argument at Ubisoft for removing the ACOGs from Jaeger and Bandit. Like you say, such a powerful location with an ACOG, but to be able to hold it with a 3-speed, it can be absolutely lethal. So no surprise that one got nerfed. IQ moving in through the double window, then looking to clear these roamers out. I'm sure Sneaky on the Ella will be looking to hold the dorms area for as long as possible. Just looking for a couple of peeks out of the window there. Something like an early kill here could be a real momentum shift, and he does see the Lion, and that will be the kill going down onto Skilled Nath. How about that from Sneaky, gripping the game with both hands and saying this one is going to be ours. Mockit certainly want to finish things here, and if they can clear out these roamers upstairs, I think... Oh, Penguin does get this kill onto Sneaky though, so that will leave us 4 versus 4. It is largely going to come down to these roamers, as I said. If Nefarious can clear them out, it might go their way, but they are getting challenged from every angle. Drop downstairs and get challenged. What a fantastic wall bang from Crunch onto Alfie there. Fantastic
game sense there from Crunch. He's picked up that kill through the wall. He knew where he was going to, and that's quickly 2 kills in Mockit's favour. They did only suffer 1 loss to that as well, so they are going to lead in man count 4-3. Moving into the last half of the round right now. I think we did have somebody playing upstairs on white. One of the attackers and Nefarious, but I'm not sure if they have rotated off at this point. Easy there playing a long way from site yet again with Crunch, but playing for that late roam and late rotate into meeting, which can be also crucial.
Crunch now just playing at the bottom of white stairs, like you say, waiting for that late rotation, possible late flank, see if he can pick up any kills. But Ramsey will move in on the Ash through the boiler room and construction entrance and just start to probably, I think, have a little bit of patience there and just wait for the rest of the attack to build. That's what they need now, is to start applying the pressure in other areas, and then they can push from there. But we can see Easy, and Easy will get the kill onto No Thumbs, so here comes that flank. Nerox getting the kill onto Ramsey, and this could be all over as Crunch moves in and gets the kill onto Penguin, and that will be 2-0 for Mockit on the night.
Yeah, fantastic match there, really, from Mockett. Great Oregon performance. They did win that one fairly convincingly at 6-4, although Nefarious, put up a fantastic fight. And I'm really excited to I'm probably gonna watch that one back, to be honest, just because of the coastline. It was so back and forth. You can see this final scoreboard there. We're looking at a decent set of kills